All right. This is GauntletCon 2018 Nuclear Night School, the second session of this. They are not related. This is just the second time I'm running at this con. The first time went differently than I expected, and I presume today will be no exception. Um, I am Kurt. I'm running this game. I am fairly new to the Gauntlet, but I don't know. I'm excited to run more games for y'all. So maybe if we want to go around and introduce ourselves, I'm Kurt, he, him.
I'm Alex, they, them.
I'm Lauren, she, her.
And I'm Ryan, he, him.
And I'm Gene, he, him.
Cool. All right, so now we've met everybody. Let's talk a little bit about let's do the cats, because this is Gauntlet, so we have to use their language. So let's go through that. So CATS stands for Concept, Aim, Tone, and Subject Matter. The concept for this game is we are blending 80s nostalgia and magic. People are mean, the hair and fashion are over the top, magic is mundane, and everything is bathed in neon light. The aim of this session is to tell a fantastical 80s story about college kids overcoming their stereotypes. The tone is going to be character drama interspersed with silly magical antics. So we're going to sort of we're going to thread the needle. We're going to somewhere in the middle, right? Like nothing too serious, but also not like crazy, we're not going to do anything too silly unless everybody wants to go that way. I'm open for discussion. Anybody have any thoughts on tone before we move on?
I'm here for all of that. That sounds good.
Okay. And then the last part of CATS, the S of CATS, is subject matter. So we will see a lot of college party scenes. We might see some mental manipulation. We're probably going to skirt a PG-13 rating. And the X card will be available as a safety tool. Does anybody have any thoughts or concerns? And then we can talk about how we're going to use the X card this session.
I think the only, because it's like high school drama bullshit, I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of romance, and I think I would appreciate people carefully navigating consent around magic love potion spells and that kind of thing. Like I'm totally fine including it, but just thoughtful navigation around consent.
Okay. So maybe if there's any sort of mental stuff, just keep it away from love or romance.
Yeah. I'm really happy to go there and engage in that space. But yeah, I guess I was flagging please make this game fun for me by being mindful of consent in that capacity for the
That we can do. All right,
and it's got college party scene and stuff. Get it? Skip the and extremely questionable consent that sometimes comes along with college party scenes.
Yes, I very much agree there. I didn't touch on lines and veils, but lines are we can use lines and veils for this. Lines are things you absolutely do not want to see in this session. Veils are things that that you're okay with happening, but you want them off screen. And so I definitely consider sexual assault is my line. That is not going to happen in this game. If anyone else has any other lines or veils that they'd like to discuss, feel free to say them or put them in chat. No judgment. We just won't have that stuff in the game, or we'll keep it off screen if that's the case. All right, cool. And of course, you're not always going to know what's going to be a problem at the top of the game. So we have the X card. If anything ever becomes like you just don't want it in the game, you can raise your hands like this to make a big X. You can type X in the chat, or you can say X, and we'll just end whatever that is and move on. And it doesn't have to be like a traumatic thing. It can be, I really just can't have this dude named Randy. Like it's not, can we just, any other name would be fine. And we'll just X that name and we'll pick a different name and we'll move on, right? It's not going to be a problem. I would love it if everyone would help me, because there's a lot that I'm paying attention to, and so I may miss someone having their hands up. So if anyone sees someone try to X a scene, just call it out and let us all know, and we'll move on. Everyone good? All right. Okay, so now let me sell you this setting. So this is Nuclear Night School. This is my working title for my 1980s fantasy setting. In this setting, there are 4 gods. They're referred to as the Four. They are like the default religion in the setting. So there's not like Christianity in this setting or other religions. They're replaced with these 4 gods: Magus, Celestia, War, and the Traveler. A long time ago, they were extremely relevant. Now it's just sort of non-important. Each class, so there are 4 classes in this game. Each class is associated with one of the 4. So there are mages who are associated with Magus, celestials associated with Celestia, warriors, and travelers, and they are all associated with one of the 4 deities. On your sheet, because I believe everyone has the PDFs available to them. And I'm going to start with the Celestial. And I can actually, let me pull this up. You know what, I'm going to share a screen here. Yeah, share. Okay. So in this game, on this sheet, on this left side here, you're going to see your class, and then under your class, you're going to have a bunch of skills and things. So your class is going to give you your ability scores, your skills, and then down below that, you're going to have some class abilities. The Celestial has like some see the future type stuff. Warriors are good if they get in a fight, and they're more durable than most other people. So go ahead and like peer through those. Those are going to be sort of the things that are special about you because you are chosen by one of these 4. If one of those abilities says something that it modifies one of your stats, like your strength and agility start at D6, that's already factored in, so you don't have to think about that. It's only things that say like you can do this during the game, or you can, if this happens, do X, right? And if anybody has any questions about abilities, we can kind of go over those. Does anybody have any questions or thoughts on abilities? All right, I'll keep going. So beyond that, everyone in this setting can do magic. Mages are better at it, but anyone has access to it. Magic in this world it's difficult to do, but it is available to everyone, sort of like computer science. Anyone can use a computer, but not everyone's good at it. And for most people, hacking a computer is like a thing that'll never happen. And so that's sort of how magic functions in this setting. It's available to everyone, but it's a lot of work. And so you have to kind of go out and get it. All right. So all magic in this setting is fueled by light. It's the spells are separated into each color of the visible spectrum. So red spells are things like heat and passion, and they're real fiery. All the way on the other side of the scale, indigo is like your cold, unfeeling curses and things like that. And then in the middle, you've got like green spells are about growth and balance and things like that. So when you're looking through on this document, there's going to be a couple pages of spells. They can be a little daunting, but the way that you cast spells is it's a skill check. So on your skill list here, you're going to have a die type associated with some of these magecraft and a color. That's how good you are at casting spells in that of that color. So if you want to focus on the ones that you are good at, that's probably a good place to start, right? If you want to cast a spell in Savage Worlds, if you want to do anything that is a skill check or requires a roll, you're going to roll your skill and a wild die, because you all are heroes. You are a step above the average person. You're chosen by the 4. You have a little bit more probability. Things are going to go your way more often than not. So whenever you want to roll something, you roll whatever your skill die is and a d6, and you choose the higher of the dice. If you ever roll the highest number on the die, it's going to explode or ace, and you roll it again and add it to itself. And you can just keep doing that over and over and over again. So you end up with some really bananas rolls in this game. So let's do as an example. Let's say, we haven't picked characters yet. I just realized that we didn't actually pick characters. I'm sorry. Let's do that now, and then we'll come back to spells so I can actually give examples based on what you guys have and what you guys are using.
So you referred to a spell list that I don't see. Am I blind?
It is the 3rd and 4th pages of the PDFs.
Okay.
So let's talk about what characters you guys want to play. So your options are the Celestial, who is a prep. The actually I can share again so we can see it. All right, so we have the Celestial, who is a prep. We have the Mage, who is a geek. The Traveler, who is a rebel, and the Warrior, who is a jock. There's no gender associated with these. There are some pictures in here, but don't really worry about that. That's just for flavor.
I just need to jump on Kurt and say this game is fucking amazing. I'm very glad I'm here.
Well, thank you. So does anybody have any feelings one way or another?
I mean, I'm predictable as all get out, so I'm interested in the Warrior or the Traveler, but I'm not going to fight anyone for him.
Hey, Ryan, did you see one of the preps things is...
I know that they can be super pretty. I was like, but I've got to be pretty. But I gotta be pretty. So I don't know. I could go all sorts of ways.
I don't have any opinion whatsoever, so I'll pick whatever's last.
I think what I'm saying is not the Mage, but I'll play whatever else. Look at me, being decisive. Scratching off one playbook.
Do you have those, Alex?
Not the jock.
Okay, so not the Mage and not the jock.
I mean, I'm good for all of these. These look amazing. I wish I had a preference. I'm happy with all of them. They're all super great. I'll err away from... Oh, I don't know. Ryan, you pick. What do you... So I feel like Gene sounds indecisive. I'm indecisive. Alex has said not the jock. So I think like if you want the jock is totally yours. But the Rebel's also yours.
Fine.
No, I can be totally decisive, but like I said, it doesn't matter to me.
Well, someone's got to do it.
You're not helping.
Jesus Christ.
All right, I will be the Celestial.
I will be the jock and pretty, just not as pretty as the Celestial.
Right.
I will be pretty and then Ryan.
All right, so we have a Celestial. So let me give you access to that sheet.
Oh my god, can I be the geek? I've
be the Mage?
Yeah.
Alex, you now have access to the Celestial. And then I'll show everyone how to access that sheet here in a second. And you said you wanted to be the Mage?
Yeah, I'll be the Mage. I've been dying to play a character. I've been trying to play this whole day, and I saw some good prompts for that character.
Lauren now has access to the Mage. So in the character journal area, you'll see the Celestial, Mage, Traveler, Warrior, and then just ignore the Celestial Outcast. That was my bonus character. But you guys should have access to your to the actual sheet now. And there's going to be some stuff filled in because I forgot to go through and delete everything that people input last time. So when you guys are making your choices, we'll go through and see, did you pick the same thing as last time? You don't have to write anything down.
I don't have access to the Warrior sheet, which I guess is appropriate if I'm playing a dumb jock and don't know my own stats. But
no, let's give it to you.
I might want access.
Yeah. I missed you saying you were going to go Warrior, which leaves the Traveler for Gene. Are you all right with that, Gene?
Yeah, I'm great. Thanks.
Okay, so let me get you access to that sheet. Got music playing in the background. All right. Oh, and for those of you following along at home, if you are on Spotify, you can search NKS in Spotify, and there will be a playlist made by Kurt Potts titled NKS, and that is all the music that I am listening to for this game. It's a most excellent playlist. Yes, thank you very much. Let me get this out of this window here. All right, so everyone should have access to their sheet. People know who they're going to play. Let's get back to talking about the game a little bit. Let me check my notes and remind myself where I was. We're going to talk about spells. Okay, so if we're looking at this PDF, and let me share the PDF once more into the breach. All right. So if we're sharing this PDF, we've got a bunch of pages of spells. I know there's a lot of reading here. So what we'll do is we'll just sort of talk it out as necessary. If anybody wants to try to cast a spell that isn't represented here, we'll figure out if it might be represented based on what you want to do. And then if not, we'll figure it out, right? So I'm not going to be super harsh on these. But let's just do a test, right? So the Ignite spell is a red spell, which if someone wanted to cast that, they would have to roll their Magecraft red plus their wild die. Now, in these Roll20 sheets, I have all of your skills on the skills page. So if our mage could open your sheet and go to the skills tab, I can also open it so it shows here. So yeah, if we go to the skills tab, you'll see something called Magecraft Red. On the far right, there's a little D20 icon. If you click that, it'll roll it in the chat there. Boom. All right. So you got a 6, which means your spell is successful. In this game, all you have to do is get a 4 or better to succeed at a thing. If you get less than a 4, then, I don't know, it's probably... whatever you're doing probably didn't work, or it worked, but something bad happened. I mean, we're going to put some story game bullshit in here, so I'm not just going to tell you, nah, didn't work. What do you do now? Because I just can't do that anymore. So there will be some variable success situations. If you ever roll a 1 on your casting die, regardless of what the wild die says, then you can end up with some backlash, which means some bad stuff is going to happen to you. And I'm sure it'll be totally fine. So don't worry about that. If you ever roll double 1s, something real bad is going to happen. And then we'll figure out what that means. On that spell, though, the way it works is because you're casting Ignite, all of these spells have something called a DM next to them, which is just the die modifier. We're using the no PowerPoints setting rule, which means that you don't have to track PowerPoints to cast spells, but you have a negative or positive number associated with the spell when you roll it, depending on how difficult it is. So the Ignite spell is actually really easy to cast. It's a quick snap of the fingers. The caster is able to light a small flammable object. So it's the candle spell, right? Like you can light a cigarette or something else. Or if you want, you can try to like sustain it and like light something on fire as if you were holding a lighter up to it. So you rolled a 6. You actually have +2 to this. That makes it an 8 because the DM on this spell is +2, which is a raise. If you ever roll 4 higher than whatever the number you were trying to roll was, that's a raise. Something great happens. That's like a crit, right? So you actually do really well. So I would just probably in this case say, well, tell me what it looks like. And sort of give you some narrative control, because there are some times when raises have mechanical effects. Like if you're trying to hurt somebody, it adds damage. But if you're just doing something flashy, then I'm probably just going to give you more narrative license if you get a raise. So that's how spells work. And then let me get back to my notes so I make sure I stay on point. All right. All skills can be used to... all right. If you ever want to try something that you are not trained in, meaning you do not have that skill on your list, or there's a little dash in the PDF, then you are going to... stop presenting. So if you ever want to do something untrained, you're going to roll a d4 -2. And I have just recently been informed that untrained skills do not explode. I've been playing this game for 8 years, and I did not know that. So we're not going to play that way because that's how... Unless anybody is a savage veteran and would be upset with me. I like exploding dice. So what you do if you're untrained in a thing, you just roll a d4 and your wild die, and then you try to get a 4. But you're at -2, so it's a little more difficult to achieve, right? But you can still get a 6, or you can get a 4 on that d4, and then it'll explode. We'll figure it out, right? All right, what else do we have in this list? Okay, you are all students at... Actually, does anybody need a minute to ask questions? I've gone through a lot of information. I don't see any hands.
I think I'm probably good, and the questions that I have will no doubt shake out once we actually get into rolling stuff.
Oh, yeah. All right, so you are all students at El Camino Community College of Magic and Technology. You are not the best of the best. You are going to community college. I don't know if every place has community colleges, so I don't know if that that term is universal, but it is sort of the interim college. It's the not like a 4-year school. It's a 2-year school. It's the thing you do after high school if you don't know what you want to do. So you're out of high school, you're in college, but you're not, for whatever reason, maybe it was money, maybe it was you didn't apply yourself like your teachers told you should, you ended up at this community college taking remedial thaumaturgy. So in this setting, magic is mundane. It is sort of, it's the thing you have to do to get a job. But it can be kind of interesting if you're good at it, right? So the mage might have some thoughts. The other big character decision you're going to make in this game is your clique. Of course, this decision has been made for you because these are pre-gens. But you might be a jock, a prep, a geek, an outcast, or a rebel. We don't have an outcast today, but we do have the other 4. What this gives you is choices about what kind of edges and hindrances you have. So let's look at that PDF some more. Let's share that screen again. So on the on this we're looking at the jock here. You're going to have some choices to make. So you are going to choose a major hindrance. This is like your huge character flaw. This is the thing that sort of defines you as a person a little bit. The jock has a choice between heroic, which means they sort of leap into danger, or lame, like maybe they blew out their knee, right? That might explain why they're a community college. And then you're going to choose a minor hindrance, which is, it's a minor character flaw, something that isn't... Yeah, of course. We'll catch you back up. Okay, so yeah, so you're going to have like no problem. We're going to have like a minor character flaw. This is something that isn't all-encompassing. It doesn't really define who you are, but it is something you struggle with. And then you're going to get an edge, which is like a benefit. It's a positive trait or like a feat if you're familiar with D&D. These are going to sort of give you like bonuses, or it's something you're good at. And then below that, we have ties and relationships, which are bonds and ties. And we'll get to those a little bit later when we sort of connect each character with each other. So let's go through and have, actually, let me check my notes and make sure that I'm not missing anything. Now choose stuff. So, okay. So let's go through and pick all of your hindrances and your edges. And then we can get those added into the Roll20 sheet. I'm going to stop presenting. But I'm going to click here because we can pull up the sheet here. And I can help you. The other thing I need to do is get out some notes because I'm going to want to know what you guys pick. So this is going to be the excellent radio portion of the game where we're all just heads down writing stuff. So if you're watching this, I think I see one viewer. Thanks, but we're probably not going to talk a whole bunch. I may drop some setting information as we get through this, but yeah, we're gonna be heads down a bit here. Also, maybe we can stall for time and get Lauren back in here.
I am very thoroughly questioning my originality as I went to enter my hindrances and edges and found the last person that done the exact same thing.
You know what's funny? I am questioning my originality because everyone has done that. So apparently I knew the right one, and then I just added an extra one. Oh, there's my pen. Haha, I found it. What did you pick? Did you you're playing the Celestial, right? So is it what is it? Uh Clueless, Big Mouth, and Attractive? Everyone has picked that. I don't know that is the archetype apparently. So
the problem is if you pick mean, then like your attractiveness cancels out.
yeah, so they don't.
If you want to be like super hot, you've got to pick Big Mouth. And then Clueless is just funny.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So. Okay. So I have notes here, and I'm going to put your player names.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it going, it's good that I didn't pick Celestial, because the snob is -2 to everyone you're better than, and I'm better than everyone, so.
That is the correct way to play that.
So Kurt, right now we're picking our edges and hindrances. Is that what
Yes.
we're in the choice phase? Okay.
Yeah. And then we'll go ahead and everybody can tell me what they picked, and we'll talk about it.
Cool.
If you have any questions, though, of course, let me know, and I can answer questions. Oh, you know what? I'm not wearing my 80s garb.
You know, no one wore those in the 80s.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's a myth. No one wore those.
Well, of course no one wore them. You can't see through them. Here, I got this too. I'm ready.
Oh man.
Thanks, Party City.
I'm so disappointed I don't have neon to wear to this.
I have neon of these. When I ran it at a convention, I brought a bunch of glasses like this in different colors and buttons that said like radical and totally on them, and then I had a bunch of these sitting on the table. Yeah. But I cannot give them to you through the internet. I apologize. All right. Oh, you know what? My mic is like way over there. I bet I was super quiet or something. All right. Okay, so does everybody who's got their stuff? Let's start. Celestial, you said you've got your stuff already. You are clueless. Big mouth. And attractive. All right.
I just want to note this does not preclude me being a snob and mean, and I fully intend to be both of those things as well.
Oh yeah, they just don't mechanically affect your character.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can totally be all the things. All right. So let's see. Anybody else have all their choices done?
Yeah, I've done mine. So
Okay. What do you got?
I took habit and I said I'm a smoker. I noticed the text said 24 hours, but if you're a smoker, that's more like 2
Yeah,
hours.
we'll go with that.
I pick rebellious and luck as my edge.
Habit smoking. Rebellious and luck. All right. And then Ryan.
Yeah, I'm questioning all my choices because I had the same thoughts and was like, oh, good thing that I had the same idea as a pre-gen. But no, it's the person before me, and I'm like, but do I need to be contrary and pick different stuff? But I guess I'll just go with my first thoughts.
Yeah.
So I'm heroic and trusting and an athlete. Obviously, because I'm a jock. But I'm really good at it.
So the person that chose all those things was Spencer. Spencer played the warrior last time.
Well, Spencer picked quick, and I'm not quick, so I'm not just copying him.
Oh yeah, you've got athlete.
Yeah, I'm totally different.
So let's make sure we update your stats in the thing here. Okay, so athlete gives you, look at the edges and hindrances, +2 to athletics. So let's go to the skills and add a +2 there. Oops, not 22. Okay. So now when you roll, it'll add in the +2. All right. Okay. Well, we will catch Lauren up when she returns, but for now, let's move on through. Let's talk about ties a little bit. Or actually, should we do bonds first? Because then
Maybe you could talk about bennies first.
yeah, let's explain the game a little bit more. All right, so in this game, you have a meta currency called bennies, which is a pool of tokens that you can spend to re-roll your dice. So if you ever make a roll and you don't like it, you can just spend a Benny and re-roll it. You can do that anytime. You can do it as many times as you like on the same roll. There's no limit to how many times you can use them. However, they are also used to soak damage. So if you get hurt, you can spend a Benny to prevent that damage by rolling your vigor, which is like your hardiness. Once you've based on that roll, you might ignore some wounds that you've received. But the other thing that you can do to gain bennies is all of your edges, all of your hindrances have at the very bottom. This is something that I've added, is a trigger. So it'll say gain a benny and then a thing, right? So let me pull up one of them. For instance, the heroic, gain a Benny when you run towards trouble or help someone despite risk. That's in your hands. So you don't have to ask me if you trigger that. Just do it. Just take a Benny. The way that we're going to handle Bennies here is you can just draw from these little decks. And I forget exactly how to draw into your hand there. Let me get these out of my thing here. But you can draw by clicking, I think it's deal. And then, yeah, so you deal, and I will actually just deal 3 to everyone. So now everyone has 3 bennies to start. I believe the rebel, you took luck, right? So you're going to get one.
Yeah, I'll get one more.
You're going to get 1 extra. So I can toss that to you, or you can grab it. I'll let you do it. That way you guys can figure out kind of how to do that. The Celestial, I believe you start with extra bennies of a different type, right? Okay, so that's what these little unicorns. Say that again?
An extra 2 for reducing others' wounds.
Yes. So you go ahead and grab 2 of those unicorns there. We'll use those as the Celestial bennies. So the way that I chose wrong. Yeah. The way that works is you sort of have a little bit of foresight. Like you can see a little bit into the future every once in a while. And so if someone gets injured, you actually witness the injury. But if you are in a place where you could prevent it, you can spend one of your bennies, actually any of your bennies, but you get those 2 specifically for that purpose, to roll spirit and try to like intercede. And if you succeed, like if you prevent it totally, then the attack doesn't even hit because you saw it coming. So that's your sort of special thing. Also, I think you have a thing on there that says you can sort of like tell prophecy. So you can like make a prophecy, and if it comes true, you get some bennies. All right. So any other questions about the system before we start talking about bonds?
I have a housekeeping sort of question.
Yeah.
In the skills sheet, I've got a
Mhm.
skill mod of -1 to athletics. Is that still there, or is that an artifact? Or
You
I'm
know,
just
that
not
might have
sure where
been
it came
for
from.
having lame.
Okay.
Like, let me see here. Under athletics, -1, skill mod. Oh, okay. So the reason that's there is we're using the skills specializations, which means you are, if you are not specifically trained in that use of that skill, then it's at -1. So athletics grappling, you are really good at. Athletics running around, not as good, but still, you've got +2 because you are an athlete, right? So let's roll your athletics and make sure that it's rolling correctly the way I think it should. Do you want to just click the little roll button for athletics for me, and we'll make sure it's working the way it's supposed to? All right, so 1d8, cool, +2, -1. Yep. All right. So yeah, so if you do something that is not covered under grappling, then you're not as good at those things as you are at grappling. Like maybe you were a wrestler. The other things are climbing, swimming, throwing. If you want to change that, like if you'd like your specialization to be one of the other ones, I'm totally down for you switching it. Like if you'd rather be better at throwing or whatever, whatever sport you're into, you can just change grappling to a different name. I'm totally okay with that. Same for all of the skill specializations. If you have one and you would prefer a different one, I'm okay with you switching it. The way you can tell which one you have is in the skill sheet here on the PDF. It'll be bolded. So like you have fighting blunt, so like baseball bat. But you could change it to blade. I think the last person who played it might have chosen blade. So
Kurt, does this template automatically explode dice? Like
it does.
okay,
Yeah,
so
you roll
it'll
20,
do
it'll
it.
automatically explode dice.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Let's look at this PDF. I am trying to buy a little bit of time here, so I want to make sure that we don't wait so long that we don't get the game happening.
Just full disclosure, I did switch to throwing because heck yeah, I'm gonna play baseball. I know like 3 baseball terms. It'll be great.
Perfect. So one of the core conceits of this game is that the game is going to start and end at a party. So there has been some like rumblings. The Science and Thaumaturgy Club is throwing a party, and for some reason, everyone is going. It's a little hard to figure out why. They're not normally the big party group. They've got a big house that they're throwing this party at, and everyone is going. We'll talk a little bit later about like why you're attending and who you're bringing and that sort of thing. But in the interim, I want you to think about when we're creating bonds. For this game specifically, I want your bonds to be it's going to be an NPC. So you're going to create an NPC that you have a relationship with, and I want it to be someone that would be at this party. They can be there as an attendant. They can be the cop that shows up halfway through, but they have to have some reason to show up at this party. So that's the only thing I'm going to limit on the bonds. Otherwise, all we really need is a name, a description, and sort of how you relate to them. And in the journal section of the character sheet, there should be some space where you can add that kind of stuff. Or on basic info, there is room under physical appearance and personal history. There's a few like notes boxes. Wherever you're more comfortable on that sheet, taking notes. All right. While you guys are doing that, let me just give you some setting info. Um, this is something that it's sort of the like History Channel backstory on the setting. It's not something I normally like word vomit for this, but since we're buying some time, I'm gonna go ahead and give you this. So in the past, in the distant past, uh, darkness, the darkness, whatever that is, found our world and started trying to influence our reality. That caused like monsters to appear and all sorts of crazy stuff. Four beings of light, which are the four which are worshipped today, uh, decided to fight back, and they gave the people of our planet like some power. They gave them the light, and so that's why everyone can do magic. Now that was a long time ago, and that's sort of like that is a myth now. Like nobody believes that that happened. It's like Greek mythology, you know. But the religion sort of stayed. It'd be like if people still worshipped Zeus, but they were like, yeah, but Zeus is like just he's just the creator. That's fine. Um, but the like monsters and myths, most people don't really believe in that stuff. And in fact, for a long time during the Dark Ages, we sort of lost the ability to do magic. And then during World War II, the darkness returned, and this time it came bearing gifts, and so it offered anyone willing to take it a horrible power, which manifested as sort of nuclear magic. Since then, people have people have been referred to anyone who deals in this darkness has been referred to as the tempted. Basically, they are tempted by the darkness. It's sort of like there's a big fear. There's like a Cold War going on about it. It's like it is the satanic panic of this setting, right? Doing normal magic, light-based magic, everyone's cool with. It's not like scary or weird. There's no like witch trials or anything. But if you're caught using the dark powers, then like shit gets bad. There's a government agency specifically tasked with the Celestial Intelligence Agency is tasked with dealing with people using the darkness, stuff like that. So there's probably propaganda about, it's hard to tell when someone is tempted by the darkness. These are the signs. Don't do be cool. Don't do the darkness. That kind of stuff. Anti-darkness dare programs in kids' schools. All right. So have y'all thought about your bonds at all?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So we're going to learn some things about the characters when we do ties, which are sort of your connections between each other. So I'm not going to have you introduce yourselves yet, but I do want to know who your bonds are so I can sort of take those down, because they're going to form quite a bit of this game. They're going to be pretty important to this session. So let's start with Alex. Who is your bond?
My bond is Danny, the de facto prep leader. No, I'm not jealous. Why would I be jealous? Gods, I just want her to think I'm cool.
Okay, but Danny is the prep leader?
Yeah.
Okay, and what was their name? Or sorry, what was their he, him, they, she?
Her. She, her.
She. Thanks. All right, Danny, prep leader, she. Cool. I'm gonna spell Danny differently so I remember. All right. What does Danny look like?
I was not prepared for this. Oh man, I know nothing about 80s fashion, but
There was a lot of denim, some really big hair.
Yeah, if you're preppy, then you're wearing a blazer, like
right?
the out of place blazer. So think Miami Vice.
Yeah. or like really like what you would consider a prom dress, but just normally wearing that. Um, like tight top corset tops and then like flowy skirts.
Oh, I dig it. It's like super overdressed all the time.
Yeah.
Kind of, but it's like there was definitely a like normal wear overdress thing, but you're on the right track.
So if we add in some big hair, it's like pretty much there.
Yes. And also you can't go wrong, to be totally honest. You just, if
You
you
could
kind of throw in that direction, you'll hit it.
yeah.
Gotcha.
So are we talking like big obnoxious hair, like the big blowout stuff, like the teased hair, or is it more like a perm?
Oh, the biggest.
The biggest teased hair. All right.
I think it's an unspoken rule that no one can have bigger hair than Danny.
Right. Okay. And then she's the prep leader. All right, let's Jean, who's your Bond?
My bond is Sarah, who is my character's sister, and she's a high school senior who's trying to act older.
Sarah is your sister and a high school senior.
Yes.
Okay. Trying to act older. Okay. Ryan.
I think my bond is with Nancy, who's an old teammate who also ended up on the community college circuit instead of making it big.
Teammate. What sport? Baseball, right?
Yes. Or I guess maybe softball. I don't know. Maybe some schools have girls' baseball teams. I know the splits are different.
Um, I'm okay with whatever.
Let's
If you
go with
want softball or
baseball
baseball.
because baseball's hardcore.
Yeah.
I remember being annoyed at the girls having to take softball.
I don't know. I watched the way they pitch really like scares the shit out of me.
Yeah,
That
the
like
whole like full
wind
arm
up
loop.
underhand pitch.
Yeah, it just looks painful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Supposedly, though, it's better on your shoulder than pitching overhand.
It
So,
probably is.
yeah.
All right. Okay, so it looks like I don't want to stall too much longer, but if we want, we could take like a 10-minute bio and then come back and
That would be
see.
great.
And yeah, and then we'll do some ties.
Cool.
All right. So if you're watching along, we will be right back. I just saw Gene's chair spinning, and it looked like, like when someone runs away from a chair and you just see like the chair going in a circle. Making me laugh over here. All right, so Ryan is back, just eating, so we will pick back up. All right. So the next thing we're gonna want to do is start doing ties. So we're gonna find out how your characters connect with one another. Now, in all of your the PDFs and all of your character sheets, there are a list of 4 questions that say ties down there, and we're gonna go through. And what I want everyone to do is ask one of those questions aloud, and then someone else will answer that question, and then we'll go through. We're not going to hit all of the questions though, so feel free to skip questions that you're not a fan of, or if you don't like something, you can change it. Feel free to mix up those questions however is necessary. And then once we find out how everybody interacts with each other, then we'll take some time to introduce our characters and find out how we are arriving at the party.
I'm sorry, where is this?
It's on the PDF.
Okay.
It'd be on page 1 of your PDF.
That's it. Did you do the key lining on this, Kurt?
The key lining?
Yeah, that's page layout.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, very nice.
I've been doing graphic design for 15 years. I've never heard anyone say key lining.
Yeah, in the old days we did key lining on paper.
Mm. Yeah, I started with Quark and Photoshop, and so. All right. So, would anyone like to go first?
So since Lauren's not here, do you want to answer for Lauren, or do you want to delegate that to someone else?
Well, let me check in with her and see if she is.
Okay.
And then we'll get more of a definitive answer of how to go forward there. We're going to do some rounds too. So what we can do is sort of, if it's going to be a little while still, we can sort of just pick one for her, and then I can read off the ones from her sheet and have you all answer, and then we can just tell her what she got. Looks like it's gonna be another 20 minutes or so. So let me. Okay, so I will choose for Lauren's character. So we got a nerd. Okay, so let's start with the order in my little window here. So it looks like Alex, you are first according to Hangouts.
Alrighty. First question is, who was my project? Air quotes. In high school. Did I help or hurt you?
I mean, that feels like a nerd thing to be of someone's project.
Yeah, I don't. Since I'm a rebel, it's not going to work for me.
I mean, it could be me, but it would be fun if it was the nerd. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh,
I think it's Lauren's character. So, did you help or hurt me? You know what? I get to make a choice about who your character is right now. I'm gonna say that you helped.
Oh, better than I thought.
Yeah, you did it good. Let's go over to journal. I think is where people are keeping that kind of stuff. Let's see. Actually, that goes on your notes. So you hurt me or helped me.
And then is that assign a +2 or -2 thing?
You know what?
Like
That was something I was thinking about adding, but let's just ignore the DM for now and we'll just use these as like character connections. I don't know that
Sweet ass.
Yeah.
we're recording that on the journal, or where?
Yeah.
Recording?
Just in the notes area.
I see. Okay.
Question number 2. Who was in Young Leaders with me? Did you resent my success?
Oh, actually, let's go around and have everybody do one, and then we'll come back and go around again.
I like it.
All right. So, Gene, you're up. Why don't you read one of your questions?
Who got caught ditching with me, and whose fault do you think it was? Who got caught ditching with me, and whose fault do you think it was?
I mean, I can see that being me.
Okay. Oh, Kurt, is the basic assumption that we're friends going into this?
We're gonna find out right now.
All right. Okay.
You don't have to be friends, but you do know each other.
All right.
Maybe we were like skipping out at the same time. And then I
okay.
see you skipping out was like, hey, you can't do that. Which led to us both being found.
All right. So whose fault do you think it was? Was it you then? You're kind of saying that
Definitely
it was you.
me.
All right. What's your character's name?
Nick.
All right. So it's Nick. Okay.
All right. Ryan, you're up.
Okay, had to find my unmute button as well as my bones list again. Who ruined my chance at a scholarship? How? And it says, they could have caused your injury, gotten you arrested or suspended, been caught fighting defense of someone, etc., etc., etc. One of you is the reason I'm at community college.
Who got you into trouble? Who ruined that scholarship? Is anybody feeling it? Is it me? Or is it
Nobody's jumping at it. Maybe it's Lauren.
Character? I think it's Lauren. Okay, can you read the question one more time just so I make sure I answer all of it?
Who ruined my chance at a scholarship? How?
Ooh. Um, I think. I think. Actually, you tell me if you're okay with this, but I think. I think they caught you cheating.
Yes, I'm totally down for that.
Okay, and they ratted you out.
Mm-hmm. How dare you, nerd?
Yeah. What's your character's name?
Annie?
And I gotta ask one. All right. Uh, who did I tutor or do homework for?
I think that would be me.
Did I tutor you or do your homework?
I think. Oh, I don't know. Um, I think I might have paid you to do my homework.
Hmm.
I mean, I could totally do it, but right? I can't be bothered.
Yeah. What was your character's name again?
Max.
Okay. All right. So we're back around to Alex.
Alrighty. Might actually change my mind on the question. Instead, who did I give money to when they were in a jam? Did you try to pay it back?
Hmm.
That could be me, but I already have a tie with you, so
It
Oh,
could be me, or it could be Lauren, or I
or we
guess
could
those are
go
the
for
only
another
options.
question.
I know Lauren. I think Lauren already has a tie with you, right? They were your project.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
this should be aimed at Ryan.
Then yeah,
So
it can be
Do
me.
you want to have been
Kurt,
in?
Yeah.
sorry, Kurt. Are we going to answer all these questions, or are we just going to go until we have ties?
Yeah, we're just gonna do ties. So we'll probably answer 3 of these questions.
Okay, cool.
Um, so
So
is
Ryan, do you want to be in Young Leaders with me? Want to have been in Young Leaders with me?
Sure, I'm in Young Leaders with you. Or I
Did you
was.
resent my success?
Yes. I mean, no. You're not better than me.
Nice. I'm putting that down verbatim, just so you know. What's your character name again? Sorry?
Annie?
Annie.
okay. Gene.
Okay. Who did I unexpectedly stick up for?
Oh, that can be me. Um,
Uh, so Lauren's character to be named later.
yeah.
Although you're already doing my homework.
But
So,
that's my bond.
oh yeah, you're right. Okay.
That's
But it
that's
could
my
be,
connection to you, but not your connection to me.
all right, but if anyone else would
Oh,
rather
if everyone
it
else
be,
wants it, yeah. Somebody else
okay.
stuck up for?
I don't need your sticking up for pity. I'm tough.
You think you're
Okay.
tough, but we'll see.
All right. So Max unexpectedly stuck up for me. All right. Ryan.
Who did I take to prom? did we leave together?
I'm down for that.
I was gonna go, don't all jump at the chance to date me. I mean,
No,
I know I'm
I was
catch,
talking, but I was on mute.
but...
So
The
I could do
age-old
that.
excuse.
I could do that, but I'm totally dumping you as soon as you get there. So I mean, you're just my ticket in. So unless Alex has a better concept than that, or a concept that would be more preferable.
I
I
didn't
am
have
totally
anything
down
set
for
in
that,
stone.
but also, yes, pitch yourselves to me as dates.
Oh man. I mean, it could have been either the ticket in, or you could have been my like ticket up in social standing. Like, yeah, I'm coming in with the jock, right? Like that future career in softball.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're up for like Dance King or Queen or whatever, and
Dance Monarch.
there's some kind of celebrity, popularity vote, and that was the reason you did it. Best dressed couple, maybe.
I don't know. I
But
love
yeah,
both of these options.
if I'm taking you, I'm ditching you within 30 seconds of crossing that threshold. So
Okay. I'm going to go for that one just because I love the... I went with the rebel and the rebel ditched me. Don't they understand? My social capital? I'm so cool.
all right.
All right. So who was my high school crush? And did you know?
I mean, it can totally be me, but...
You guys answer. You tell me. Who was I into?
It could be me because that's why you're doing my homework. However, we already have like a billion ties, so the meta part of it says it's probably better to choose someone else.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the most Lauren answer would be to write in everyone.
Everyone? Everyone with their crush?
Yes, it's totally
Okay.
happening.
So I'm gonna say everyone, but then I want you to each tell me if you knew or not.
Obviously not. No idea. It's like straight over the head.
No way for me.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like then I'm obligated to go like, yes, of course, because I know everyone's into me to some degree. Everyone's
Yes,
at least like 10% attracted to me.
absolutely. Right. Even if they don't admit it, or even if they don't know it, they are.
Yeah, I mean, they might say they're not, but I know they're lying. It's okay.
Okay. So everyone was my crush. Nick and Max didn't know. Annie totally knew. Cool. Well, that's my second one. So we're back to Alex.
Oh, right. Third question. Who took care of me when I was sloppy drunk on prom night?
I'll take that one.
Ripple with a heart of gold.
I might have also taken a 20 out of your wallet.
I expect nothing less.
But you got home safe. So that's what's important.
So how drunk were you? Do you remember any of it?
Uh, I reckon so.
Okay, then I might have also
Really?
taken pictures.
Nice. Money and blackmail. I can respect that.
It's a thing. Am I up next?
You are.
All right. Um, who surprised me by posting my bail? Do I still owe you?
Well, does anyone have Rich? Nobody took Rich, right? You're attractive. Our prep is attractive.
Or I could choose the other question is who's my ex and who ended it, which is the way more
The bail sort of ties into my heroic, where you might not like it, but if someone asks you for help, you have to help them. So
okay.
it was all of my
Sure.
money, but I bailed you out.
All right, I'm into it.
Do they still owe you? Does Max still owe you the money?
I'm like almost 100% sure that Max had no intention of paying me back, so
Oh
probably
yeah,
yes.
definitely. I have not paid a dime.
All right. So that was Jeans. So Ryan, you have one more to go.
Who spent the night with me when my dad died?
Getting real heavy here.
Yep. My other ones are just super heavy.
I want to do that one if that's okay.
That works.
Okay. Is there a follow up or is that just the question? I can't remember.
Nope, that's all
Okay.
the elaboration there is.
All right. So was this? Can I ask a question? Is this before or after I ratted you out for cheating?
I think after, because I like the implication of that.
Yeah. I have to take good notes because I got to pass this off. All right. So I need to ask one more question, and then we are done with ties. We already had a. Oh, hey, you're back.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Did I miss everything? It's now a good time to jump in. I have so many questions.
Yeah. Now is the perfect time to jump in. I think. You get to ask one more question. Because we are wrapping up ties, the connections between characters.
Oh, perfect.
So I will tell you the ones that you have already asked by proxy. You asked who was your high school crush, which was everyone, and you asked who you tutored or did homework for, and that was Max. So if you look at the PDF there, there is the questions. You get to pick one more of those and ask that of the group.
Oh, awesome. Hang on. Oh, I see. Under the notes section here, like I was next.
Yeah, I'm adding the info that the answers that they've already added to the notes.
Oh, cool.
Trying to put like all the character and names and stuff so that you know
perfect.
what your connections are already. But yeah, so on the PDF,
on the PDF.
Yeah, there's a section called "Choose Ties" in the bottom right of the first page.
I see. Okay, cool. And we've done crush. Everyone, you know me so well. Thank you. And tutor done. Yeah. Duh. I have to ask who played D&D with me and why did you quit? So I had that in my head going into this game already.
I mean, I'm super down to have played D&D and quit because it wasn't cool enough.
Sounds about right. I'm getting ready for the bleed. Is this your way of breaking up with me, Alex, in terms of game stuff? Like, sorry, Lauren. Can't do this anymore. Sounds good. Perfect.
Okay, cool. All right, so that actually wraps up ties. I need to know one more thing from Lauren now that you're back. We chose bonds. This is an NPC that you have a relationship with in some way, positive or negative, doesn't matter. The core conceit of this game is going to be that we are going to start and end at a party. I don't know if you were here for that part. So I want to make sure that all of the bonds have a reason to be at the party. I mean, it could be that they're a student and they're just going to the party. It could be that you brought them to the party. They could be a cop and they're going to show up later. Like whatever that is, we need to know who your bond is and why they're at this party. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around and start asking questions of like some clarifying questions about the other bonds. And then when we get to you, we'll just find out who they are in their clarifying question.
Bless you.
So I'll give you some time. Okay, so Alex, let's see, Danny, the prep leader. Why is Danny at this party?
I think she heard like rumors on the wind that everyone was going to be there, and there can't be a party everyone is going to that Danny is not at. Like that does not happen.
Okay, so it's just out of obligation. This is going to be a big party. I have to make an appearance.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we'll just say like representing. What's your relationship with Danny? Are you is it like a rivalry or are you like best buds?
Oh. I think it's definitely like frosty power dynamics of like Danny's like the top dog of the prep. And so it's kind of like trying to be best buds, but it's the whole like
frenemies.
Yeah, frenemies.
Okay, so my next question is, who did you invite to this party to impress Danny?
That is a very good question. Who's impressive? I mean, not to like diss all of you guys, but let's be honest here. Ryan, you had a bond who was like a super fancy athlete, right?
Yeah, Nancy, who was also on the baseball team.
Could I have potentially invited Nancy?
You went over my head?
Yeah.
I mean, asking someone who's awesome at baseball and not me? Yeah, I'm all for it.
I mean, it's not that you aren't cool, you're just not quite as cool as Nancy.
Okay, I love that. All right, so let's ask Gene some questions. Oh yeah, that's a good question. I definitely want to know the answer to that.
If not, that may be my bond.
Oh, Nancy?
Oh, her partner might be the NPC that I make.
Oh, perfect. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Think about that, and let's find out what Jean's situation is. So, what did you tell? What did you tell Sarah to try to convince her not to go to this party?
What did I convince her to get to not go to this party? Or
yeah, what did you say to her to try to convince her not to come?
Oh, I told her her ex-boyfriend's going to be there. Or let's make it gender free. It could be one of the remaining 3 players.
Oh, so her just that Sarah's ex will be there.
Yeah, ex, and it could be someone in this stream right now.
Okay, so one of these players is Sarah's ex.
Yeah, and I think it's Annie.
Is it? Is that all right with Annie?
That is totally fine with me.
Okay. So you told Sarah that Annie would be there and that shouldn't bother coming because it's going to be a big mess, right?
Yeah, but that probably had the reverse effect. So
Well, I mean, all right. We know something about that. We know about that. Uh, Ryan, see, Nancy is going to the party with Nick. Um, what's your relationship to Nancy?
I think we were like spirited sports rivals, where
Okay, so like pals, right? Like you were friends, but
yes,
like
fiercely competitive friends, and
yeah,
yet
fiercely competitive
both of
friends.
us are at community college, so neither of
Yeah.
us really won.
Okay, so Nancy's okay, so competitive went with them. Who did you bring to this party that is better than Nick?
Is this like another NPC, or am I tying in existing ones? Or
Well, you can tie in an existing NPC. You can make up a new NPC. Basically, who are you trying to impress? Like, how are you trying to one up Nancy with your date?
I need to find someone who's hotter and/or cooler than Nick. Oh my goodness.
I mean, I don't know anyone hotter or cooler than Danny.
True. I will go with Danny.
All right. So we're gonna nice commingling. Okay. All right, Lauren. You've had some time. Do you think it's been long enough?
Yeah, I mean, I can bullshit my way through anything, you know.
Okay. So, can I ask you some other questions too?
Yeah, of course.
What did you pick for your edges and hindrances? Did you ever pick those, or do we
I
need to go back and do those?
did mentally. I think I'm gonna just double down on the so I'm gonna be yellow and have bad eyes because there's nothing more adorable than a geek with glasses who faints at the sight of blood. Um, that is why I'm playing.
Okay.
Um,
And
and my edge, I think my edge, oh shoot, I'll think sense danger sounds fun.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I was that a linguist. I'm not quite sure like which one
Um,
would be more
wh-
interesting.
yeah, linguist is one of those that's sort of tough to make sure it's important in one session.
Mhm.
But we can try to make sure it's important because you basically just you know more languages than anybody else.
Yeah,
Um,
I feel like it would mostly just involve me trying to rely upon the basic like Celtic Gaelic that I know, which is minimal, but I can fudge through it.
um,
um,
so do you want to go with sense danger or linguist?
yeah, sense danger sounds more appropriate for like a one shot.
All right. So who is your Bond?
Nice. Can I? So it should be fine. I was wondering if I could get a quick recap on like the bonds we have
Yeah. So
currently.
so bonds are an NPC that you have a relationship with, both either positive or negative, doesn't matter.
Cool.
But they have to be someone who would go to this party that we're all going to be going to.
Nice.
Um,
And it sounds like we have like Nancy, the sporty athlete cool one.
yes.
There is a Sarah who has an ex who will be there.
Sarah is Max's little sister.
Oh, awesome. And we have Danny, who I all I know is better than Nick.
Danny is the prep leader.
Oh,
Danny
cool, cool, cool.
the coolest one. They're the preppiest prep.
Nice. Everyone's so preppy at this party.
I know. I don't know. We got Max. Max is pretty.
Max is not a prep. I'll write that down. Because I'm kind of thinking like I don't know if this is the storyline people are interested in. I was thinking of making it like making this person like Nancy's partner or someone that I like have an unrequited crush on. I
So
don't know if
Nancy went to the party with
oh,
Nick.
oh, I see. And Nick is
I mean, I'm
Alex.
character.
totally down.
I'm gonna roll myself back for that one.
I mean, Nancy could have like an on again, off again thing or something, and you're crushing in the meantime.
Oh,
or you
what
can make
if-
up some.
Yeah, maybe they didn't go with you and went with like you've been trying to make this relationship happen, but they went with Nick.
Yeah. Oh, do I want that? I don't know.
Could be like a rough spot, and Nancy took me to like spite the partner.
Mm.
Yeah. Ooh, is that interesting for people?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm just going, oh no, did the partner take you to spite Nancy?
Oh, yes, that is totally what it is. You're a genius, Ryan. Okay, yeah, I'm on board with this.
Okay, so-
I'm going, yeah.
You are going to this party with Nancy's ex,
Yes.
correct? And Nancy's ex is
Nancy's ex. Oh, Jesus. It's been a long con. I oh jeez. I kind of is it too messy if it's like someone that Nick and I used to play D&D with? Like this has been the kind of like a
sure.
like a long-term crush. I'm like, oh mate, like this is finally happening. It's this I've been like crushing on this person for so long and now they're just using me.
Do you need some help? Like some name help?
Oh yes, help. I was like always. I'm in a constant need of help. Their name.
Well, I think Tyler is a pretty 80s name.
Tyler's a good one. How do people feel about Tyler? Given there are Tylers in the Gauntlet.
Oh yeah, we can pick a name that would not show up in the
I can
Gauntlet.
totally imagine Tyler playing the one that's, just dating people to get back at other people, and that entertains me. But whatever works.
I am totally fine with Tyler. I just thought I'd check because sometimes that's a bit strange to people. Yes, Tyler's a great name.
Okay, so we've got Tyler. Tyler is Nancy's ex who took you. What was your character's name? I don't know your character's name.
Character's name is oh, it's gonna be something super doggy. Let's. Oh, why are their names so hard? The book over this is Carter, so I will go with Carter.
Carter. What pronouns do I use for Carter?
I guess Carter is he him.
Okay.
And yeah. I kind of envisioned like I've forgotten Tyler. I think Tyler is probably in the same boat where like Tyler got super cool. I think he's like probably a cheerleader. And she is yeah. Do baseball teams have cheerleaders?
I mean, not normally, but depending on the school, like if it's a baseball town, they may.
Cool. I'm not. I think they're a cheerleader. I'm open on whether or not that's for the baseball team, but I feel like them being involved in some level of sports is bound to be like messy.
Okay, so Nancy's ex, who is a cheerleader
Yeah.
for the baseball team. I love this version of the 80s that we're building, right?
Oh, so it's my being born in the late 80s is showing.
So I'm going to ask you a hard question because you are a geek and we're going to press hard into stereotype stuff. Do you know that Tyler asked you just to impress, like just to upset their friend, their ex?
Not yet. I feel like they will come out, but no, I think I do not know. I think I am going into this very like naively, which I kind of dig as an ironic beat because I can sense danger, right? But I guess I have rose tinted glasses on and cannot sense what is happening here.
Okay. Doesn't know. All right. All right. So we are at almost at the hour mark, and I have to sort of figure out how all of these NPCs and all of you fit into this adventure. So do we want to take another 5, and then we'll come back and do intro vignettes and get into the party?
Sure.
Cool. Okay.
Are we gonna,
So
gonna be able to power through this by 4? How long do we have? We don't have till 5,
think-
right?
6, right?
yeah, we have till 5, I think.
Okay, plenty of time.
But
Yeah, okay.
I'm okay with going long or short depending on how the story takes us. But I also want to be respectful of people's time. So let me know whatever your hard stops are, and we'll hit those.
I can
This
go
is my
for
last game. so-
Yeah, same. This is my last game, and I am high on all of this, so I am happy if this goes over.
I've got a game at 6, but I'm fine with running right up to then if we need to.
Okay.
I'm in the same boat as Ryan.
Okay. So we will be done
Are
before
we in the
6,
same game?
for sure.
Probably not.
We are.
Yay!
Okay.
It's gonna be good.
All right. So 5 minutes. Let's meet back at 3. Well, 3 my time, but on the hour, and we will pick back up with intro vignettes.
Cool.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll be right back.
Lauren's. Oh my goodness, I can't talk. Lauren, what is your character's name again?
Shit. Carter. I was trying it with Dashwood because I have a soft spot for Dashwood, but I think that's a bit too dorky. Oh, Alex. Christian, while Jean's getting back. What was your D&D character? What class were they?
Oh man. Oh man. Such an important choice.
And like, how long did you play?
I mean, we've got to go for wizard, right?
Nice.
Maybe multi-class into fighter.
Oh, you were
Terrible
multi-classing.
combination.
Ah.
Of course.
So we played for a long time.
Oh yeah. We had like
Um,
some long campaigns going.
Oh, I did our characters like set up an inn, like and like bought out like the inn and like had like a little business going. Like I felt like we were pretty settled, like in our world. What was your favorite?
Yeah.
What was your favorite
Cool.
spell?
Favorite spell? There's always something big and flashy, right? Like a lightning bolt.
Yeah.
How about you? What were you playing?
Oh, I was probably Kata was totally like a rogue, right? Like sneak into the shadows, backstabbing people, like had totally min-maxed like all of his skills and shit. So we can like, well, I use this, which means I can go into the shade, and then I can like, you can tell I haven't played D&D. Go into the shade and like backstab people, that'll give me like this bonus, like that kind of thing. Yeah.
That's exactly how you play D&D, so.
I played once and I played twice, and one of them times it was terrible. The other time I got high and had a relationship with my sword. It could talk. Awesome. Yeah. Nice. I know how to emotionally guilt trip you now for the rest of the session.
I love that. Can I get all of you to do one favor for me? In Roll20, if you go to the, and I can show this. If you go to the settings area, you can change your display name. And just change that to your character name and the character's pronouns, so I can remember while we're going, and then add your player name after that. So just, it's okay if it's super long, but it'll just be a handy reminder for me to address you all in character. Oh yeah, that's such a good last name.
Which one? Which one?
Fucking
Buckerbridge?
Buckerbridge again.
It was like characters last. Oh, this is like such a deep throwback because my character in the last game I called Buck because he was like a cop sheriff guy, but I figured his name was Rutherford Buckerbridge, so he went by Buck, and Buckerbridge is now carried over. So that's a very deep throwback to our game.
Yeah, I'm sensing a pattern for you with the name usage. All right, cool. We've got Jean back. Are you ready, Jean? Or do you? All right, we have a thumb. Okay. Yeah, we got Max, we got Annie, we got Nick. All right, okay. So let's do. Let's see. Let's do some vignettes of people arriving to the party. Because we are low on time, I'm totally okay with combining some of these if any of you are arriving together. But basically, I want your character name, a brief description, and then what it looks like as you're walking up to the house. And let's start with who would arrive first? Is it the
We're all
nerd?
competing to be fashionably late.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah. I'm totally fine if it's. It makes sense if it's me, because then we get that nice like reaction shot of like me looking at Tyler, looking at Nancy or Nick. I don't know how these relationships work.
Yeah, it is a web. We have a web of relationships. So Tyler I'm gonna lay them all out real quick. Nick showed up with Nancy to impress Danny. Nancy used to date Tyler, who brought Carter to piss off Nancy. Let's see. Sarah is there because their ex Annie is gonna be there. Annie brought Danny to impress Nancy. This is it's off the rails. Did Max even go to this? But like, we don't know how Max is getting there. We don't know how Max is getting there. Yeah. So Sarah and Max are probably the only two that are arriving like solo, or maybe they're with their buds. Let's see. Did I miss any relationship web here? I think that's everybody. Yeah. Everybody's trying to impress everyone else. I'm very excited about this. There's going to be a lot of one-upping trying to happen. So let me ask this: since Max is the only one not trying to impress anyone at this party, when does Max get there?
I'm gonna go early because my band is playing.
Oh, cool. Okay, so your band got hired?
Yeah, well, we're being paid in beer,
right?
So, being paid in beer, so yeah, I'm a professional, so.
So you show up with your band. So tell me about your band.
My band is called the Greasy Tentacles, and we are punk as fuck, motherfuckers, and we don't care if you hate us because you're trapped here for 2 hours, at least. So you're getting all the rage at half the price.
I love it. Okay, so what does it look like? What does Max look like? Describe your character in your band.
He has a green mohawk, and he has sunglasses on all the time, although they are prescription. He just doesn't tell anyone. I think he has a leather jacket that he got from a secondhand store, and he's wearing camouflage tank tee.
Okay.
And a shitload of buttons.
Oh yeah, like all over the leather jacket?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So we see you roll up. How many people are in your band? Is it like 2, 3, 4?
I think there's 3 of us.
3 of you. What do your bandmates look like?
I think the drummer is a classical jazz drummer from the jazz band, and he's the only drummer we could find. And we're desperately trying to make him look cool, but he just isn't. And the bass player is Janice, and she is as butch as they get, but she's awesome and is probably the star. But just doesn't know it yet. So I'm totally riding her coattails to success,
Nice.
or so I think.
Okay. Yeah, I love this. So we see you all coming in the front door, and just like I think somebody, because there's probably like some people there that got there too early, and so I think we see somebody like run up and be like, "Oh man, greasy tentacles," and then Janice is just like like up against the wall.
Right.
And then we see like what was the drummer's name again?
Oh, I think it's Kurt.
Kurt. That's not going to be confusing for me at all. All right, cool. So
No,
Kurt's there, and
we call him Anvil, but his real name's Kurt.
Nice, Anvil. All right, so Anvil is there, and he's wearing his dress blacks from jazz band or whatever it is. Like he's wearing
he just got right out of another gig because he's good.
He just shows up in his dress blacks, and you guys are like, "What the fuck?" Like, you can't go. And so, like, he's got like maybe like a no sleeve denim jacket over his just like dress pants and, and black shirt.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so
he has giant pants.
Yeah, he's got like big ass pants, and he's wearing like dragging this drum kit, but like it keeps banging into shit. And so like we see you guys like finding a room. I think there is definitely a room for the band to be playing, but like too many people are kind of in the way. So like, what is it? Are you just like shoving people out of the way?
I think, yeah, absolutely. I mean, get out of my face. We have things to do, and so we're just shoving people away.
All right, so we see this happening, and then like that's you guys are setting up, and then it cuts back to outside. Who do we see show up or pull up next?
It could be me if we haven't established Carter actually getting here yet. The nerd. I mean, if we have established Carter already getting here
No,
yet.
do
I
it.
get here after Carter regardless, because I'm cool.
Well, if Carter shows up next, I'm happy to go with Carter next.
Yeah, totally. I can do Carter.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. Should I just bullshit narrate what what this looks like? Excellent. So I totally just googled frantically for 5 seconds. I think this is roughly like what I have in mind for Carter, which is this like ultimate hipster bullshit. You can tell that he's like trying to try on different aesthetics that aren't his like usual nerd aesthetic, but he can't get out of like, okay, I feel like I'm really just playing into me now. Like sort of the big like baggy jumper thing. And like, but he's tried to like spice it up a bit with like a beanie, like a slouchy beanie. And I think he does have like an ear pierced. So he's like trying on different things as he's going to college. Obviously massive like huge like I guess it's the 80s, right? What was he has 80s appropriate trousers on. And is just in
Torn
tow.
jeans.
Yeah, yeah, he's totally got torn jeans.
Or Dockers, depending on how nerdy you want to go.
What are Dockers?
Like khakis?
Oh, yeah. I think I think it's the torn jean. Like he's like rocking the like big sweaters, like torn jeans. And
If it was the 80s, it would be bleached jeans.
bleached, yeah.
Oh
bleached,
yeah, acid wash jeans.
Yeah,
acid wash.
He's
Definitely.
totally bought into that aesthetic. And I think he's just sort of like puppy dog in tow with like Tyler, like just chasing that sort of little step after Tyler, because I think Tyler like has ulterior motives for having Carter there. So I think like, like they arrive at the party, and I think Tyler is immediately like, "Oh, I'll go get us some drinks," and like tries to like separate himself a bit from Carter. So Carter's probably just like that socially awkward person floating near like where the band is sitting up, but not engaging them because he doesn't know how to initiate conversation. He's just sort of like fidgeting with his like hands a bit nervously.
Can I add a detail to Tyler here?
Totally.
Okay, so I think the reason that Tyler wants to, and I'm just going to say this, but we can find out if you guys know about this. I think the reason Tyler is trying to impress Nancy is because he got kicked off the baseball team for using, and so he's trying to show that he's cleaned up by taking the nerd.
Yeah.
So I think Tyler's like real on edge, right? Because he's not smoking tonight, and so but he's like, I think we got like that surfer dude Tyler. And so he's he's doing the thing, and he's probably yelling at you because you made him get there way earlier than he wanted to. And so as soon as you get there, he just like does the distance thing. He just like pushes away. He's like, "I'm gonna go get us drinks."
Yeah.
Bruh, like, ugh.
Totally. I just wanted to get there on time, but I didn't realize that like people just don't touch these things on time. Like pushes.
Never, never, bruh, never.
I think that the scene definitely ends with him like pushing his large hipster like. I feel like I'm playing the wrong time, the wrong decade. It's totally fine. He pushes his like glasses like for the bridge of his nose.
Oh yeah, they'd be like the big Coke bottle glasses, probably.
Oh yes, totally the Coke bottle glasses.
Like they do not fit the outfit. Like he's just still got the same Coke bottle glasses.
Yes, totally.
Okay, so who gets there next?
Me, because Carter's entrance was perfect, and I hate it because Annie comes in wearing a suspiciously similar outfit. Like, Carter's dressed too cool for himself, and it's edging in on her style. Um,
Tyler, it's all Tyler. Tyler, help me out.
yeah, so probably has her own car or something because she's so cool. But it's like not a great one. Probably fixed it up or something. But rolls up with uh, Danny, who is, I'm sure, dressed awesomely. I'm not sure what Danny's wearing, but I'm sure that it is
The
just
biggest
as fashionable as Nick would be. And Annie gets out, and she's got like soft Korean butch vibes. Like she's got kind of wavy hair, oversized sweater, and like rainbow stripes or something, and a baseball cap, and acid washed jeans with ripped knees and high tops. And she just looks completely awesome until she walks in and sees Carter, and he's dressed in a lot of those same beats, and you can just see her face fall.
So does Annie know to open the door for Danny? Because Danny will not get out of the car until someone has opened the door for her.
Annie totally just gets out and like waits and like waits and waits and then goes over and opens the door like, come on, are we getting out or not? They did not coordinate this.
Like, you totally forgot to open the door.
Like, what? Are you going to break a nail on the door or something? Let's just go.
You don't... Do you know how long it took to get these nails done? I'm not about to, like, just grab handles.
Like, open the door. Really elaborate bow. After you. Can we just go inside?
I guess. So Danny follows you in. And then I think... So you see Carter and you're pissed, right? You said you're like a little upset that you're dressed similarly to Carter?
I'm dressed awesomely, and then the nerd is dressed the same way.
Oh, yeah. So I think Danny sees this too. And it, like she looks at you and she looks at she looks at Carter and like just like ugh. Like she seems a little like disgusted and she's like, "Could you maybe just get me a drink or whatever?"
Yeah, fine, whatever. I'm gonna go find where the drinks are.
Okay. So I think now we get to see how late how fashionably late does Nick show up?
Oh, I think it's like 5 minutes after Danny arrives. I think we were waiting nearby for Danny to get there, and then we just followed it afterwards, like waiting so it didn't look too obvious. And it's like, okay, now we can go.
So Nancy is there. How does Nancy feel about that? Like, is Nancy like a little anxious? Like, come on, like it's right there. Like we're a block away. Let's just go. Like, or is she just like, okay, I'll wait. We can do the thing. Like, what do we get from Nancy?
Oh, it's probably anxious because like I've not explained anything about why I'm doing this. I'm just like, no, just wait here. Just wait. Can't go in there yet.
So we get like this anxious Nancy who's now kind of thrown off because they're not used to dealing with like social norms. They just show up and be awesome and that's enough. And so like this whole protocol thing is not happening and they're like fidgety and sort of like, come on, like why are we waiting? Like what are we doing? And then we see Nick and Nancy walking into the house. So I want to know. So one thing I want to add here is what is an element of this this party that lets you know that it is fantastical, like that there is magic here. And I'd love for everybody to sort of like add a detail that they see as they enter the party that like shows that magic exists here.
I think the room layout shifts. Like doors appear out of nowhere, hallways appear, and to help people around, there's maybe there's on the floors to help people out if they don't know their way. But I think everything shifts. It might be a Hogwarts thing, but whatever. Texture changes.
What was it broke up just a little bit. You said that there's what on the ground to show people where to go?
Oh, like painted lines. So maybe illuminated lines to help people who don't live there or hang
So
out
like
there
there's
to
some
get around.
like, neon guardrails.
Yeah.
What season is it?
It is let's go with October, but it is an unseasonably warm October.
Oh, cool. Then there's like totally well, they will be at least like some punks like messing around with a like pool at back, right? Like sort of freezing it over so you can go like skating on it or sliding on it and then like heating it up again to make it like a hot tub when you need to and like that kind of thing.
Oh yeah. So we got a bunch of people outside like messing with the pool and like freezing and unfreezing the water.
Yeah, that can only go well.
Yeah.
And I think in the kitchen they didn't even bother buying a bag of ice or something because all the drinks are like kind of frosty under their own power almost. Like there's just a wave of chill coming off of the row of counter that has, like pop bottles and probably some beers and stuff. If people have been sneaking and stuff, they're not really old enough for. I assume it's a college party.
Yeah. It's a kegger. There are kegs. There have to be kegs. So yeah, there's plenty of booze here. Like, don't worry about that. But yeah, so I like the drinks are cold on their own. So maybe there's because all magic has like a light element to it. So maybe there's like these like glow coasters or glow koozies, right? It's like these indigo koozie things. So like you're all carrying around these glowing glasses.
Even the drinks are neon. That's how 80s it is.
Yep. Okay. Who else needs to add a detail?
Me. I think we've got some awesome mood lighting going in terms of like floating lights that react to the world around them. It's like in the band room, they're like always like there's a constantly glowing red, like with all of the screaming and like punk. Maybe like blue out in the pool when someone gets pushed in when it's like just about to freeze over, and it's like ah, blue of terror.
They're totally idiots doing trust exercises. Like, nah, man, I'll like unfreeze it before you fall. It's totally fine.
All right, so we've got some pretty sweet mood lighting going on all over this place. Everything is covered in tons of neon light. All right, so we are gonna pick up. I think. All right, so your band is playing. So I think the band is playing when Nick and Danny finally get there, and we get this scene of let's see, or sorry, Nick and Nancy get there, and I think let's see. Okay, so Nancy is supposed to impress Danny, and Danny is supposed to impress Nancy. So this is good. So I think we see. Does Nancy go get you a drink, or do you go get Nancy a drink when you get there, Nick?
I mean, I can't just get my own drinks. That's what other people are for.
Yeah, totally. So I think we see Nancy and Danny. You send like Nancy goes off to go get drinks, and you notice that Nancy and Danny are talking in the kitchen. And then I think so like that you catch that, and they're definitely like discussing something. And I think you both Annie and Nick, I think you both notice this like pretty quick.
I'm definitely gonna like hopefully subtly sneak over and try to eavesdrop on their conversation.
Same. Again with a question mark after settling.
So I think they're comparing notes, like talking about how like Nancy is complaining about how you had to wait outside, like totally ruining your like that, like she wouldn't even let us go in, and then like just out of nowhere she's like, or I'm sorry, they were like, let's just go, like they wouldn't even let us come inside, like, and then we're just standing there, and it's I'm just like, my makeup is like, why, like what? And Danny's like, well, at least somebody thought about that before they got here. Uh, so what are Nick and Annie doing while they're overhearing this conversation?
The 80s appropriate fist bump, not fist bump, fist pump. Like, yes.
And shooting a glare at Nick, who's already taking a victory lap, apparently. It's like, got me this time. Next time I'll be cooler.
Okay, cool. Let's see. So I think Tyler, let's see, is there to impress. Yeah. So I think Tyler like had gone over to get drinks for Carter. And so Tyler like bumps into Nancy and Danny and is like, you see that he straightens up just a little bit, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't expect to see you here. I mean, I just I I was just, oh, you know what? I have a date. I don't want to bother you two. I'm just gonna, I gotta get a drink for them. I'm actually not drinking tonight, but like, and then like grabs a drink and like hurries back, and then comes over to Carter and like brings you your drink and like makes a show of like standing in a way where they can still see you two. And so he's kind of talking to you and yeah, so yeah, the great one, Carter.
Yeah, I think there's like that moment of confusion where he's like doesn't quite get the bit, like, and I think he even just like I think I was like socially oblivious enough to be like, oh my god, like, um, it's not gonna be it's not awkward with like Nancy being here, is it?
No, no, like, no, it's fine. I mean, yeah, we're here, like you and me are here, we're here together, so
Yeah, I
it's
think he
like,
like he's like very chuffed about that knowledge. I was like, yeah, and I'm having a good time. You having a good time?
yeah, I mean, we just got here, but I think I'm having a great time so far. Like, this
Yeah,
is,
and like I can't wait until like the band gets going and like maybe we can have a like a dance or something. I'm not a great dancer, but I mean like maybe that's
yeah,
something.
you like what, I mean, what, I don't know, like, I guess you could call it punk. You like what they play?
Oh no, we're not playing punk. We are playing covers because that's the only reason that we get hired. So we are hating the entire time we're playing. So we're playing popular music.
Oh, okay. So like what song is ramping up right now?
I think it's True by Spandau Ballet.
Oh, nice. Oh god. Then oh yeah, then Carter is literally like yeah, like this music is great. Like we I mean totally have it like dance now.
Yeah, sure. If we can, let's go dance then. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
do it. Like and he says it like really loud, like, yeah, we're gonna go and dance now, and like grabs your hand and like makes a show of taking you towards the like band room. Um and like you can see Nancy just watching Tyler go by. I think am I getting this right? God, this is so confusing. Annie, you can see Nancy just like watch Tyler walk all the way until he's completely gone, and then remember like, fuck, I had a date, and then like look back to you and come over, like excuse themselves from Danny's presence and like head back over towards you.
Yeah, I think the band room is really the dark slow dance makeout room, Kurt.
Mm,
So the lighting changes when appropriate.
I like it. So like the we end up with like what is true? I actually don't know that song. What's the tone? Is it
Uh,
like a happy song, sad song?
no, it is a dance real close to your partner song.
Oh, okay. So we're getting like some I think we're getting like this reddish, like one red light and one purple light sort of floating around. Because it's like setting this like calm, quiet mood, but then like red is like passion, right? So like there's some heated emotions in this room,
Oh
but
yeah.
everything's sort of just low energy.
And then
Um,
if I may.
yeah, of course.
So like if Tyler will dance with me, like there's of course that like very close up personal dancing, like intimate kind of um moving around each other. And I think like, oh, I'm sorry, Carter. He's totally gonna like lean in close and be like, thank you so much for going to this party with me. Like, I really like you.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, you're great.
Yeah, and I think you're great too. Like really, really, really great.
Yeah, I mean, you're always so just like, I mean, I just don't understand how you can always just be good, you know?
Well, shit, fuck. Why did I don't have D&D alignments properly?
What are you looking
Mutual
for?
lawful. I don't know, like the good, like lawful good. Yeah,
Lawful good would be follows all the rules and is also a good person.
yeah. Like it's easy when like yeah, lawful good like I am.
He's like, what?
Like
I don't.
it's a nerd thing. Never mind. I'm
Oh, sure. Yeah.
sorry,
No,
but
I get it. Nerd thing. It's fine. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So you're
I'm
like,
like
yeah, you're like lawfy or lawful or what is that? You're. It's cool. It's
he's
cool.
like beat red now. He's like, oh, I fucked up, and he's like, it's like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like all that matters is that like I really like you, and you like, yeah, this is great. I'm having a good
Yeah,
time. I'm having a good time. You having a good time?
I'm having a great time. Yeah, this is great. Yeah. I just wish that, like sometimes I could be more like you, you know?
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks, Tyler.
It just
That means a lot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just so hard, cuz like I have so much going on and so many feelings and stuff and like sometimes you just want to like mellow, but like everybody gets all mad, you know?
Yeah, I understand. But like, you can always like share that stuff with me.
Sure. Yeah, I'll totally share that stuff with you. I can do that. And then like I think the song sort of shifts
Mhm.
and like goes away from the like close stance to like a little bit further away and he starts doing some like I don't know weird bounce around movements and then we cut back to I want to see what is up with Max or actually that's in the same room so I want to see at like what is Max doing right now like how's it going on stage.
Um, he's probably hating every minute of it. But you know, it's a gig, right? I think he sees what's happening on the dance floor and is like, "Oh, okay, maybe I need to throw an assist here." So I cue the band for another song, and maybe trying to think what's appropriate for the next thing
I think there
because
is oh go ahead.
Carter was my tutor, so I need to throw an assist here, maybe. So I'm trying to make eye contact, I think, and I'm eating something, so camera off.
You're good. So does that like so you're trying to make eye contact? Are you like throwing in like audio cues to try to get Carter to look at the band?
Oh yeah, for sure. Um,
Oh,
I mean,
good.
what does Carter want at this point? Do you want to keep it close, or do you want to cut a rug, bust a move?
Well, I really don't think Cotter is a good dancer at all. Like you can tell he immediately looks uncomfortable when like the beat like picks up and stuff. So then he has to actually like move his body. He's like super not comfortable with that. So he's like you can like, tell very easily that this is like I'm sorry, Ryan. I'm playing myself. Yeah, you can. The discomfort is palpable, like when the beat picks up.
Oh,
Okay, so go ahead.
yeah, I gotta eat something, so can you move on for a little bit?
Yeah, I could definitely move on. I think Nancy like separates. Actually, let's see. Nancy is there to impress Dan. Nancy used to date Tyler. Okay, so I think Nancy comes over to get Annie, and is like, we should dance. We should go dance. Like, do you want to dance?
Sure, I can dance.
Yeah. Like, I just feel like dancing.
Sure. So,
And I think they look back at at Danny, and they're like, "Oh, you had a date or whatever, right? Like, do you want to? Are we gonna come? We're gonna go dance. Do you want to join us?" And she like looks around trying to find Annie, or trying to find Nick.
Oh wait, sorry. So
I'm losing track of.
Yeah. So Danny, or no, wait, I'm sorry. Shit.
I think my date asked me to dance.
Danny picks up Annie and takes you to dance. Your date. Annie takes you to dance. Looks back to Nick's date and asks if they have a date and would like to dance as well. I'm trying to get you all in the band room. Does everybody want to go dance in the band room?
Yeah. You go say something to the extent of, "Oh, we don't need Nick. We can all just go dance." But
so Nancy's talking to Annie, and I'm Nancy's date, and Annie's Danny's date.
Yes. Good times.
Annie and Danny are dating, and Annie is trying to steal Nancy and have 2 dates, and you'll have no dates, and you'll be a loser.
I mean, it's simple, really.
Yeah,
What?
I mean,
You can't steal my dates. But I mean, if you want to dance with Nancy, I'm sure Danny wouldn't mind dancing with me, right?
I think Danny's like she looks at you and she's like, but I mean I came with Annie. I couldn't just. Maybe we all dance as like a group. Like we'll just go in and.
I mean,
Like-
yeah. You think that's best?
Yeah, I mean I wouldn't abandon my date, right, Annie?
I have probably, it cuts to a flashback of me realizing that I've just been ditched 30 seconds after getting to prom by the guy who is currently in the band. I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't ditch your date. We should stay together.
Yeah. See, so what we'll just do we'll go do the the couple circle thing. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, that won't be awkward at all.
What
It'll
is
be
the
awesome.
couple circle thing?
It's when like a group of people just start dancing like in a circle.
All right. Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, it's not a couple thing. I said the wrong words.
Quadruple circle thing. There you go.
Yeah. Let's see. I think Nancy probably takes the initiative and just grabs. God, I'm trying to remember who everybody's name. Nancy takes the initiative and grabs Nick's hand and just heads towards the dance room, and like drags you into there. And you all get in there and realize, oh shit, like it's slow dance time, and so so like you can't do the like just jump around dancing. Like there's gonna have to be some actual slow dancing.
Right. So I'll say, this one's for Annie. Sorry I ditched you at the prom.
And Annie just looks at the band, and you can almost read "fuck you" in her expression.
No. The magical lights focus in on Annie at that exact moment.
I hate you so much, Max. That's wonderful.
So you end up in the spotlight. Can I ask, do you legit have the words "fuck you" appear in front of your face? Like, do you cast a spell to just have...
Oh yeah, they're like scrolling, and then as soon as I realize the spotlight's on me, they're gone. And
Yeah.
I am gonna grab Danny and dance.
All right, so I think now it's who can be the most impressive dancers. So Danny is gonna go for broke. So are Nick and Nancy? Are you? Am I getting this right? All right, Danny too. Yes, Nick and Nancy. Are you gonna try to keep up with this dance competition?
Oh yeah, we are in it to win it.
When you say dance competition, it's a slow dance, so is it like who's the most risque?
We will slow dance the best, whatever that means.
I mean, who gets the most touchy-feely? Is that what you're thinking? Because
There'll be so much touching and feeling.
Sorry.
Yes, our dance will establish that Danny and I are the most into each other of any date pair here, even though we're not necessarily, but we gotta look like it, because we don't want Nick to look better than we are, and the one-upmanship is just off the charts.
all right, I have the song for this then, so I'll paste it.
All right, I've got the song queued up. I'm listening. Okay, so we get this scene of, oh good, it's like a nice slow song. So we get this scene of all these eyes catching each other over the backs of their partners and just like trying to one up each other. What tell me what you're doing. Lay it out. Like what are you doing to impress the other one? Or to one up the other one at least?
You're making me describe slow dancing. I hate you so much, Kurt.
I think enabling is the right word. He's empowering you to
I am
shine
definitely
here.
empowering you to describe slow dancing. So is it like, okay, so do you start out with like the foot of space between each other, or are you like right up on each other?
We're totally right up on each other. And,
Okay.
oh my goodness, Lauren, lots of butt touching.
So okay, all right, I'm gonna paint this scene real quick. I'm gonna lay something out here. So how tall is Annie?
She's like 5'2". She is small
Okay.
and full of fight.
You cannot see anyone. All you can see is Danny's big blue eyes and beautiful gigantic teased hair. And until you are spun or something like that, you really have no awareness of what's going on around you. But Danny is also trying to impress people, and so I think that you are getting this like there's definitely like a spin every once in a while, or like the oh man, what's that where you do the, the arms come like that, right?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah. So like every once in a while you'll pull away and do the like arms, and then you like back to back across each other, and then go back to dancing in a circle. And you catch who are you trying to, you're trying to impress Nancy. And you catch Nancy's eye, and Nancy like turns back to Nick and does this like spins around backwards so that they can look straight at you, and like just dances into Nick like that so they can see you, and like just give you all of that. So that it seems like that's enough detail unless somebody has an idea. Nope, we're good.
I'm just dancing my very best dancing because I can't see if I'm better than Nick, but I've got to be better than Nick.
So I think you're all out trying to outdance each other when the floor begins to part, like the dance floor begins to part, and this woman enters the dance floor with the sort of like head of this club, who is the nerdiest nerd you've ever seen. And she leads him right to the center of the dance floor and begins doing like the most like aggressive slow dance you've seen, but not so obscene that like people are grossed out. It's super graceful. And she just like she's obviously not leading. So like it looks like he's leading, but she is definitely doing the work. But like so they sort of and the room starts to like move out of the way to like watch this impressive display. What does everybody do?
Well, I of course make sure that when the room parts and people's like stop, I'm assuming people have stopped dancing to like watch them, right? I'll definitely like shoulder up with Tyler and like maybe like take his hand so we can like stay close together, so we can watch this.
I think he looks down at your hand and he's like, oh, yeah, okay. Like you get like that one of those, like yeah. I mean, I didn't expect this, but yeah, I'm okay with this, and like grabs a little harder.
Aw, I'm very, very, very I'm like a beet red right now, but you can't see it because it's dark, so that's totally fine.
It's the red light. What are you gonna do? What is I think actually the red lights start to take over a little bit. And there's Gene, I think Max, you start to get the sense that you should play something a little peppier. Like you just know it.
Sure. I look over at Anvil and say, I do the play something faster signal. And so we transition out of that song and we do some kind of a dance, you know, a dance pop song from the 80s. Take your pick. And Anvil kind of seamlessly transitions us over to a new song. And so think maybe Madonna, early Madonnas, a lot of synthesizers, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, this is for the new couple in the middle there. You're rocking it. Also, we're selling T-shirts. Come up after if you want one.
So nice. So when you say for the new couple, like she catches your eyes and like there's this twinkle and it's during like a twirl, right? But it's like time slows down for a second and like you and her are in this like she's saying thank you as in this moment and you're like stuck there to the point where like are you the singer or are you playing an instrument?
I think it switches. I think everyone sings, right? Like Anvil might be the best singer because he's classically trained. So, he sings the slow ones. And
right.
We switch. So on this one, I will say Janice is singing.
Why don't you make a perform check for me? Because I think she's sort of like she's pretty striking, and it might be a little bit difficult to keep playing correctly.
All right, let me check my sheet. Da-da.
If you don't have that, then I'm gonna we've established that you're a musician, so we'll just give it to you a D6.
I have a D4. That's all right.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
Oh yeah, you got a 6.
Yeah.
Okay. So you fumble for a second, but then you catch it and like recover. And there's you get like a wink, and then like she continues to spin and dance with this guy. You realize you don't really know much about this guy. Like you've probably seen him around campus, but he's kind of a nerdy dude. Doesn't like nobody really likes him. And like right now, everyone's eyes are on him and the woman.
Okay. Well, we're nearing our break, so I think after this song we're gonna take a break.
Mm-hmm. So the song comes to a close. I think Danny is probably like a little perturbed that she didn't get the attention she so much deserved, and sort of like goes to stalk out of the room. And then the woman like turns and starts introducing herself to everyone. And like let's see she would come over to Tyler and Carter with her nerd on her arm.
I like how parallel that is.
Yeah. And so she looks right at Carter, and she's like, "Oh, hello. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Lorelai. This is my lover, Cedric."
Hey, yeah, I sort of does some glasses thing, and it's like I'm Carter Buckerbridge, and this is my date Tyler. Isn't he so great?
Please. And she like goes to like offer her hand to him, and she says, "I would so excellent to have you here. I'm sorry. Do you know what did I say? What I call him? Cedric.
Cedric.
Cedric. Are you friends with Carter? Does your character know Cedric, the geek?
We definitely do then, because I feel like we've at some point been subjected to probably similar foibles of.
No, he's in a rival D&D group.
Oh yeah, totally. That yeah, I was gonna say we're definitely rivals. Yeah, and it's definitely a rival D&D group. He's chaotic, bad.
Yes.
Chaotic bad. I love it so much.
I love these. Yeah, he's chaotic bad. I don't know how I feel about him. Um,
Sorry.
uh, so she's sort of like, oh no, I think you'd find if you just gave him a shot. Like he's much more than anyone expects. Like he's pretty spectacular.
He's a classic
Um,
power gamer.
power gamer. And she's like, oh, well, I mean, when you understand the rules, and so she like drops some D&D knowledge on you, and she's like, you know, I mean, can you really blame him for taking X feat tree to like maximize whatever, right?
Wow, like yeah, I guess not. It's so cool. I'm so sorry. You don't look like someone who would play D&D. I have some friends who like used to play D&D with me, but then they got like too cool and like just like totally ditched. Sorry, what was your name again?
Oh, Lorelai.
Parlay.
Yeah.
And do you guys like play D&D together?
No, not yet. We haven't had the chance. I mean, we've been really busy, so.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I totally get the school's like bad and stuff.
But look, I've got a I mean we've got a whole party to entertain, but it was great to meet you. I'd love if we could reconnect later.
Yeah.
Definitely try definitely get a chance to try the moonshine. It's particularly good.
Oh, like I think Kat is like not a huge drinker, but she's so cool, and he wants to like impress her a little bit just because he was a meet many cool nerds. He's like, yeah, totally.
Yeah, so look, this has been great, but I'll see you around, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, maybe like I don't know if you ever like need someone to play D&D with, like you can totally look me up.
Definitely. Yeah. All right. Well, it's been nice. And she like turns and takes Cedric with her, and like they walk away. And Tyler looks at you and goes, "Holy crap! Can you believe she plays baseball?"
She plays baseball.
Yeah, you didn't. What conversation were you in?
Uh, she totally plays like D&D, but I mean, I guess you can have two hobbies.
What?
Yeah.
Like, like I totally didn't get that from. Listen, whatever. It's fine.
Are you feeling okay, Tyler? I mean, like I know you. Like I guess like yeah, you feeling okay, Tyler?
Yeah, I mean, feeling fine. Gosh, whew. Actually, he's like fanning himself a little bit. I could use a drink. You want to get a drink?
Yeah, yeah. It sounds. It's about moonshine.
You want some moonshine? Sure, let's do it.
Yeah, why not? You know, like gotta live loose and stuff. He's like trying out words that he doesn't understand.
Yeah. So I think Tyler calls out to oh shit, I can't I'm trying to remember the web. Tyler calls out to Nancy, who he is there to show up, and he's like, "Hey, we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna head over to the bar because I heard they got moonshine, and you know, Carter here's like never tried it, so we're gonna go.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, this is gonna be great. And so like he starts to lead out of that room. I think we need to Nick and Nancy. Okay. So Nancy like looks to Nick and they're like, oh, I mean, do you drink? Like, or I mean, do you like do we want to join them or?
Oh, do you think that's where Danny went? Oh, of course. Yeah, let's go. Let's go right now.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. And so like you guys head out there. What is Annie and Danny? What are you doing?
We're going where the party appears to be heading.
So it seems like a lot of people are moving towards the bar. A lot of people are starting to talk about Lorelai, and they all have different information about her. Like everyone who mentions it, like, oh my god, did you see that woman? Like did you hear she was in this like pop group in the 70s or whatever? And like all these weird ass rumors are starting to like rumble around the room about that woman.
And he probably mutters something a little rude about, oh fine, then there's like Dance Barbie, who's good at baseball and pop music and D&D and everything. Whatever.
I mean, it's so unattractive to try so hard, like using magic to just mess with people's minds.
I know, you just come across kind of desperate.
Goodness. Yeah.
Not like I'm looking for their approval or anything.
And I think your Danny is like, I don't know, I thought she was kind of great actually. I mean, you didn't like her? Or she seemed
Yeah,
pretty...
that's what I was saying. It's like using such, like, she's just so cool. It seems like magic. Yeah. Not as cool as you.
Oh, thanks. I mean, it's hard to be as cool as me, I guess. So that's like, what are you gonna do, right?
Yeah.
Look, yeah. I mean, it seems like everybody's going to the bar. Do you want to? Should we go to the bar?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah. So they like start heading over towards the bar, and it looks like there are little glasses set up, like lined up, like everyone's starting to get poured moonshine. As the nerd, can I get you to make a smarts check for me? And let's see if you know what moonshine is.
Would love to. I was gonna say, like, I wonder if Sid's danger kicks off here, because this is a bad idea, but it's a bad idea that I've bought into. Cool. How do I do that?
So on your sheet, on the basic info, you would click the little D20 looking thing next to smarts.
On the basic info?
Yeah. Let's see.
Mine is just a pyramid. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see. Oh no. Wait, hang on. I did not fill this out.
Oh, why do you have a -1?
I apologize. I think it's not filled out properly.
Probably. Let's see.
What should be fit?
I don't think you have a hindrance to this, or a hindrance that would give you -1 to smarts right now.
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, let's go ahead and delete that. Let's make it a 0.
Oh, cool. So it should be just base 0 to start with?
Yeah, well, you have a D8, so it's going to roll a D8 and a D6 and see what you get.
Excellent. Let's do this.
Okay, so 6. So you've heard of moonshine in an academic way. Like it is apparently this drink that it is like distilled in moonlight, and it has like weird effects on spells. So like it will cause the reverse to happen, like a reflection, if you've been drinking it. So like anybody who's casting spells, you know that like if people get drunk on moonshine and they try to do magic, like it's gonna get weird.
Oh, nice. I think like if other people are not privy to this information, I'm totally posturing that, like, you know, this stuff is going to make us like crazy, like, and sort of I will impart this knowledge upon all of you with some level of like, yeah, I know my shit totally. I don't.
Like, so you've got the like, well, actually, you're gonna. I mean, anybody who imbibes such a.
I'm a well, actually. Yeah, I'll well, actually. As like, I guess people are pouring shots at this, or someone is pouring shots at this.
Oh yeah, there's like this big dude who doesn't look like a student or anything. He's just like behind the bar and he's just like pouring shots and handing them out, and like someone tries to like be nice to him and he's just like "Urgh," and like goes back to pouring shots.
Nice. Well, Carter will totally like roll up one of his long like sweater sleeves and like pick up the shot. I don't think he's taken a shot before, so he probably has to wait for someone else to do it first before he sees how to do it properly. Like, do you need to like lick salt or anything, or like lime, or is there anything to taking it?
So I think Tyler just grabs like a glass and like hooks arms with you and is like, "See you on the other side," and like throws it back.
Yes, I will totally take a shot with Tyler if Tyler's doing it.
So yeah, so you guys throw back your shots. What's the rest of everybody else's situation here at the bar?
Oh man, I think I'm gonna try and get Nancy to do the same thing, but like while I'm doing the whole like, see you on the other side, just looking over the shoulder at Danny. Just wait for her to like make a move towards it. Like, okay, yeah, we can go.
Look how cool I am. So Danny like sees that and looks at Annie and is like, I mean, come on. And she's like got her cup and she's like,
Yeah.
why, like trying to force one into your hand.
Yes, we're totally gonna also do shots of moonshine.
So she like does the hook thing and she's like, I can, and like throws it back. And I think let's see, you guys are all trying to impress each other. So I want everyone who's trying to impress each other to make a vigor roll, and I want to see who coughs.
FYI, this is my favorite game ever.
All right, Annie's fine. Annie's a baller.
I mean, Annie is also literally a baller. I mean, that's my sport.
Wait, wasn't one on the will die really bad things?
Yay.
Yeah, one on the main die. That is that's usually for spells or like shooting into melee. But you know what? I like it in this situation. I think you take the shot, right? Like you get it down, but you get like the acid reflux. Like you get the like it's coming back. And so what do you do?
Which one is this? This is my
Oh,
one,
that was
right?
Carter. Yeah, that was Carter. Like it like you throw it back and like it goes down. Like you get the swallow and you keep your face, but then like you can feel it trying to come back.
Oh man, I fight it. Like I am not throwing up or whatever right now or spitting it out. So like I think like you I turn into like a coughing, spluttering mess. Because like I just forced this down. Yeah.
So then Tyler's like, "Oh shit, are you okay? Like what? Oh, no, it's all right. It's all right."
And I think my glasses fall off.
Definitely. Yeah, you take that, Benny. So like you're coughing and he's like trying to help and then your glasses get knocked off.
Yeah, and it's all, cause, like I'm sure he has a part in it too because like he's trying to help me, but like I'm trying to like not die and like I'm trying to push him off. So like he pushes me and my glasses fall off and now I can't see and I get on my knees and I'm coughing and dying and it's just like such a mess. Oh my god.
Oh man, I think Nick looks at this just like, man, you cannot hold it, can you? You're gonna destroy something before this night's done, and make a magical celestial prophecy.
Yeah, perfect. So now if you destroy something, you get some bennies. Or they destroy something, you get some bennies. Okay, so I think Cedric actually appears out of nowhere and is like, "Oh crap, are you okay?" And like runs over and is on his knees and he's trying to help you find your glasses. And then like you hear that. Actually, you know what? Make a notice check for me.
So that's always a good.
And you're gonna be at -2 because you do not have your glasses.
This is my favorite game ever. Notice where is
In the
it?
skills.
Oh, cool. Thank you for your direction. Oh, there it is.
Okay, and that's not with the -2, right?
That's not with the -2. Yeah, so it's a whatever -2 to that.
So so that's actually your highest is a 3, which is not a success. And so Cedric is like, "Oh wait, I think I." And there's like Cedric pulls up these like busted glasses, and they're like it's broken in the middle.
Oh no.
And like there's like a crack down one of the lenses, and he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my god, are you shit."
Can I? Oh, I love this.
He's trying to like here.
I think like Carter takes him like still like like with some in his sword. And he's like, "Oh no, it's totally fine. I can totally fix this." Because Can I do some magic?
Yeah, sure.
I
You want
want
to try to fix your glasses?
I'm trying to heat metal to like bend at least like bend the metal into place.
Yeah. That makes sense. So roll. So actually, you as the mage, you have a little like floaty wisp light familiar thing.
Oh yeah, totes.
What does that look like? And do you use it to help you? It's
Ooh,
very impressive to most people when they see someone with them.
yeah. Aw. Yeah. Yeah, what does this look like? All I can think of is like Navi from like that kind of like like a red floating wisp fairy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and oh yeah, like this little cute like Navi like red wispy fairy like lands. Like I got my hands cupped and like I'm gonna call them Navi. Navi like lands like on top of like my glasses in my hands, right? So like, and I think like their glow like grows a bit too, so you get this really neat like sort of pink red neon like glow that kind of like takes over the space in my hands, kind of thing.
Can Navi like just like so Navi is Navi like humanoid? I don't actually know what Navi looks like.
I think it's like question. I think Navi ends in a point of like light.
Oh, so it's just like it's like Tinkerbell, right?
Yeah,
it's just
like
a ball of
Tinkerbell.
light.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So I think there's like this little beam of light that's like like shoots out to like heat the metal. So yeah, so go ahead and roll Magecraft Red.
Awesome. Magecraft Red. Should I take up? I've got skill modifiers. Should I have skill modifiers?
You shouldn't have any negatives or anything right now.
Cool. I'll just whack that up for now.
Because you're touching the thing. And, oh, geez. Yeah. So your die exploded or aced, and you got an 18. So that is gonna be plenty.
Gosh.
So yeah. So the metal like heats up, and it's actually really hot in your hand. But you manage to like quickly bend it back into place. And I think it actually like Navi's doing a pretty good job of like dealing with the problem. And it actually like fixes the crack a little bit. Like it sort of blends the glass. Like there's a wobble, right? So it's a little distracting, but it's not like a full on crack in the glass.
That's super great. If I put them back on, I mean, there's totally that palm shot of like me looking at Tyler from them, and then like half of Tyler's face is a bit wavy because like the glass is a bit warped there. Yeah. But I guess it's still quite hot. Sorry, continue.
So Cedric like tries to help you back up, and he's like, I'm so sorry. I wish I could have done that faster.
And I think like Carter is convinced he did it on purpose because like he is chaotic bad. And sort of like brushes like Cedric off a bit. He's like, no, I mean, like whatever. It's fine. Just it's fine.
Oh, sure. I mean, okay, yeah. Sorry. And he sort of like turns and like, I guess that all right, and like turns to go back into the crowd a little bit. And you can see that everyone's doing their shots now. Like as you're starting to stand back up, like everyone's doing their shots, and there's like this. A couple of jocks have like sidled up to the bar and are like doing shots together. And this like broy goth dude sort of like wanders up to the bar and starts like hitting on everyone's girlfriends or dates. Let's see, how does Nick handle it when this like goth dude starts like chatting up Nancy? Or rather, how do Nick and Annie handle it? Since and Tyler. Everyone likes Nancy. Nancy's the best.
I think it's like this person obviously doesn't know who I am. I've got to shut them down. It's just like the hand on the shoulder, like, excuse me? Do you know who you're talking to? Mainly focus on me more than Nancy.
Do you know who you're talking to?
Nobody.
Oh, well, my name's Eric. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, well, Frederick, we're kind of busy here, so could you just like not?
I'm actually not, no, I can't. I was talking to the lady, so if you could ignore, just if you could just go back to your drink, that'd be fine.
Like, I forgot Nancy's pronouns.
Oh,
They-
Nancy's a
Nancy's
she.
a girl.
She
Yeah, Nancy's she.
Yeah. Although I'm sure
She
Nancy
came
also
here with
answers
me.
to they.
They came here with me. You can't just do this. Like, are you stupid or something?
It's been a long time since I've been called stupid, actually. But
I'm really surprised.
yeah, I mean, just no one's been bold enough. That's impressive. I like it. What was your name again?
Nick,
Yeah, okay, Nick. I can remember you. I think I can do that. Listen, I think Nancy and I were actually going to talk for a bit, so if you could just, do whatever it is you were doing.
I think there's like a look around to see if Danny's like in the area and or watching.
Danny is 100% like watching this, and so is Nate. Like everyone is watching this. Like it's sort of like people are like, like looking around, like,
Oh snap! I cannot back down now. So I think it's like, look, you just need to leave, and I'm gonna try and shove him using magic.
oh yeah.
You're gonna shove him into the pool?
Didn't
Is this
even
the
realize
outdoor
we're at-
bar? Are we at the outdoor bar right now?
Totally, just happened.
Okay. Yeah, so we are at the outdoor bar, and the pool is behind him, and you have, so you were going to try to shove him into the pool? Is that what I just heard?
I am indeed.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. That's going to be Magecraft Orange, I believe. What do we got? Ooh, we got an 8, but you got a 1. Oh no. All right, I'm going to read the backlash. If you roll a 1 on a Magecraft die, regardless of the wild die, you automatically fail and fall and suffer 2d4 damage. This damage increases to 2d6 for seasoned spells, so you're fine. It's 2d4. Do you want to Benny it?
Oh yes, I would like to Benny it.
Okay. So you just get rid of one of your little tokens, probably the fireball ones, and you can roll that again.
Alrighty. I got another one.
Oh gosh. Yeah, you want to go again?
This is very important. All right.
Yeah, it's super important. Let's see what happens.
There we go.
All right. So now there's a 2 and a 9. So you didn't backlash. You did not suffer brain damage, and also you shove him and with a raise. So let's read that spell real fast. So shove. With a shoving motion and a flash of orange light, the target is thrust away from you. Make a Magecraft roll opposed by the target's strength. On a success, they are pushed 2d4 inches away from you. Inches is just squares. So like if we were playing with a mat. Let's see. On a raise, they end this movement prone and shaken. Shaken is a status effect in Savage Worlds, meaning they're just like sort of out of it and they can only move a little bit and they're easier to hit and stuff. Let's see. If they hit a solid surface, they suffer 2d4 damage. So I don't think they're going to hit a solid surface. I think they're going to hit a pool. But let's see how they roll on their strength check. And if they get a 1, then maybe the pool is still frozen. So they are going to roll. Ooh, they got a 6. But you still, so that's an opposed roll, but you got a 9, so you still succeeded, but it's not with a raise. You didn't beat their number by 4. So they're shoved back. Let's do like a high-low. So I'll just roll a d2. If it's a 1, then the pool is liquid, and if it's a 2, the pool is frozen. Pool is liquid. Okay. So he goes flying back away from you. Go ahead and roll 2d4 for me, and let's see how far he gets shoved. Oh, geez. Okay. Yeah. So he goes flying, like he tumbles back, and goes to like splash in the pool. And there's a second where his feet sort of hit the pool, and then he just floats there. And like his jacket, like his leather jacket, is sort of billowing, and he's got like his earring is like shaking, and his hair is sort of like he's got that Kiefer Sutherland like look, and he just gives you these like red furious eyes. And I would like to point out that your characters do not believe in monsters.
Oh man, what do we do, team?
I was here to show up Nick, but not to have other people show up Nick. So I'm annoyed that he's not fallen in the pool.
What are you gonna do about it?
I mean, I could pitch something at him, make it like a dunk tank.
Do it.
Sure. I'm gonna grab the closest thing that is not made of glass because that's a bit mean. What's likely to be out here? Oh, it's a pool. There's probably like a ball of some sort that I can throw.
Oh, I just realized I'm muted. Yeah. There's 100% a coconut.
Sure, I'm gonna throw a coconut at him, like you do. That's a normal thing.
So roll throwing, or actually be athletics. And you picked throwing as your athletics thing. So
throwing is my specialty. So
yeah. So roll that.
I'm not gonna throw Carter at a vampire. That's just mean. Okay, so a 7.
Yeah. Okay.
7?
So you're throwing at this dude. You have to get a 4 to hit him. So you totally hit him. I'm gonna say a coconut is probably like a D4 damage, but you also get to add your strength. So roll your strength and a D4 plus a D4, and let's see how much damage you do to this dude. Okay, so strength was an 8, and then the D4 is a 3. So yeah, we have 11 damage. All right. So this dude is like it clocks him right upside the head. And actually, where do you want it to hit him? Because you rolled pretty well. So where do you want it to hit him?
I was probably going for like, smack in the chest, startle him, kind of knock him over sort of thing. If I beat him in the head, though, I'm not upset with that.
Okay. So yeah, so this like coconut is flying, and it like catches him on the side of the head, and it doesn't seem to like cut his skin, but the coconut breaks. And like now he's got like white coconut milk like dripping down his face, and it does like rock his head back, and like he pulls back and looks straight at you, like obviously pissed. And he is gonna make a vigor check and roll. He's gonna spend one of these bennies here, and he is gonna try to get rid of the wound that you just gave him.
When he fails to fall into the pool, and he totally does that. Yeah, fight me.
Oh yeah. So he would have been like you hit him well, right? But he is not having it, and he sort of shakes it off, and he just like goes like this and pulls the thing down and like flicks it, and you see like he's got some like clawed fingers, and he just like takes off straight at you, like flying straight towards you, like claws out. And what do you do?
I think I maybe... Oh no, that wouldn't be super helpful.
Are you gonna try to fight him, or are you gonna get out of the way?
Oh, probably gonna try to fight him. I was just checking one of my spells if it made me more durable, but it just makes me tougher. But
it increases your strength, I think.
Yeah.
So okay, so he comes at you then.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm just gonna fight him. I'm gonna be here when he hits me.
Okay. What is your parry? That'll be on your basic info probably.
Parry. It says 6.
Oh yeah. So you he comes at you. Do you block with your hand? Like do you just grab him, or do you like pull something out, like grab something and use it to block him?
I grab. Dang, now all I can think of is Carter. But no.
Carter has fainted, so
Yeah. It would be mean to parry with a Carter.
But the coconut milk was just a bit too much like blood. You know, like there was a moment there where I just felt overcame.
You fainted because I broke a coconut.
get your Benny.
It's probably like one of those pool scooper things with the net on it. I'm gonna parry with one of those, like it's a stick.
Okay, so like he's coming at you claws first. You throw up. You grab the pool skimmer.
Yeah.
And you like he catches the pool skimmer and he's strong and it like bends a little bit, but you hold fast. What do you do? Or actually, you know what? Let's check because you just threw a thing. Let's see what everybody else is doing. So we've had a lot of time without Max, and I'm very curious what Max is up to right now.
Max is in the backyard having a cigarette and probably fighting with the band. I think Janice wants to go solo, and we're having that whole '80s band moment where no, we got to stay together. We've almost made it. And Anvil's like, yeah, I'm just gonna be in whatever band Janice is in. So this is basically 2 versus 1. So after this gig, we're gonna split up, and it's gonna be Janice's band or whatever. Yeah. So we're having that whole conversation. So we missed the whole moonshine thing going on indoors, but we just saw some dude go flying out through the sliding glass door, and a coconut hit him. And maybe this just happens. This is just another gig. So yeah, I think he recognizes that Annie is through the coconut and is kind of looking in like, oh, wow, that could have been me. That could have been me at the prom. I just dodged the coconut. So he kind of slowly puts out his cigarette on his heel and is wondering if he should get in on this. Maybe talk to some people. Yeah, he's gonna go talk Annie down off the ledge. So he walks back in. And from here he sees that someone has passed out and like, wow, this is really becoming a party. This is a real deal. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Sorry.
She's busy fending off a smooth criminal with a pool skimmer, so.
Do you need help? It looks, coconut. I don't know.
Just kinda busy here, Max.
Is Carter really passed out? No, it's Tyler who's passed out, right?
No, Carter's passed out.
Okay, I have medicine, so I take the best medicine of all, which is a flask of bourbon, out of my out of my jacket and said, "Okay, come on, kid, let's get you back on your feet."
So you run over to Carter and start like helping him up.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is Nick doing during all of this?
That is a good question. I mean, the rational part of me says, like, we should try and de-escalate the situation. But there's another part of me that really, really wants to mock this person as much as possible. So I might try to, like, magic myself into looking like them.
That is something you can definitely do. I believe that is Indigo.
I think it is. Yes, simple glam.
Yeah. So this one is going to be at -2 because this is you're doing the like look like a person version of it.
Yeah.
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna roll Magecraft Indigo at -2. But if you want, you can spend a round preparing, like sort of drawing and gathering enough indigo light to counteract the minuses, and you will ignore the -2.
Oh, nice. I like it. Maybe there's like a couple making out in the pool or something, and there's like a light of indigo above them. And it's like, yoink, I'll be needing this.
So there's this like crazy fight going on, and then like we get that scene where it's, oh my god, it's the Breakfast Club, right? Like the two people are fighting, and then like the hand comes in and steals the knife really fast. But it's like it's an indigo light. Okay, so yeah, so you're prepping your spell, you're gathering enough indigo light to cast this without negatives. I love it. Okay. I think everybody's sort of had a turn, right? No one has quick, right? No one took quick? Okay. Because I want to make sure, like, we're not using the actual initiative mechanics of this game, but I want to make sure, but quick would modify it, so I wanted to make sure that they got their benefit if that was the case. So I think we see I think we cut back to Annie. Like you're locked in this struggle with the vampire. What do you do?
I mean, I'm holding this, and he's pushing as hard as he can on it. The only thing for it is to just headbutt him.
Done. Yeah, 100%. So that's going to be a fighting roll. See your skills here.
Where did I put my skills? There they are.
Do you think your head counts as a blunt instrument?
I mean, it's not sharp, so...
Yeah, that sounds blunt to me. Do it. Oh, yeah. An 11? So against parry of 6. So, let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Okay, so you get a raise. So headbutt is just normally your strength, but you're gonna get to add a d6 because you hit him so well. Like you get him like right in the nose, and yeah, because he's like leaning forward a little bit, so you clock him like right on the top of the nose. So roll strength plus d6. Okay, so oh man, 3. All right. You can't actually Benny damage in this game unless you have an edge to let you do that. It's pretty like I think it's called like no mercy or something like that. So you can't Benny damage. So you headbutt him, and it's like right on the nose. But something about this, like, I mean, you've picked up that this is like a supernatural person. Like this is not your average bro at a party. And like you clock his nose and it doesn't budge. Like it doesn't break, it doesn't hurt him. He just like, in fact, you pull away, like knowing, like thinking, oh, this is going to be great. Where's all the blood? And he is just smiling at you. And I think he tries to throw you into the bar. Or actually, yeah, he's going to throw you onto, like, throw you through the bar. Like, he's just going to grab the thing, like, spin you around with the thing and try to throw you onto the bar. So this is going to be a fighting check for him. Oof, a 3. So what's your parry? It's probably higher than a 3. I think it's 6, right?
Yep,
okay.
It is 6.
So yeah. So I think he probably gets you going a little bit, like with the spin, but you're used to like torquing your body with the, the baseball bat, right? So you've got so much like twist strength that when he goes to like spin you around, you just hold fast or do whatever you want. Like, how does this look?
He goes to spin me around, and yeah, I want to use that spin to just kind of like wing him, like if I was swinging a bat or something.
Oh yeah, so
he's
like
gonna throw me in. I'm gonna throw him instead.
Do we see the, like, you do the thing where he's gonna throw you, and instead you do that thing where you just let go of the bat?
Yes.
Okay.
Literally
so yes,
let go of the bat because he's a vampire.
Yeah. Well played. So you let go, and like I think he goes flying, spinning a little bit away from you, and like throws the thing down. What is Cedric doing? You are being aided. Or Cedric, I'm sorry. What is Carter doing?
Yeah, I think like Carter is like coming to. I think he has his glasses on him, but I think with the help of Max, right, like he's like getting to his feet. He's still feeling a bit woozy because he was pretty sure that like he's sure that he saw blood, but it was just the coconut milk, which is like why he fainted. So I think he's just coming to, trying to like take in the whole situation.
Do you take the bourbon that's being offered to you?
Yes.
All right, so you've got a flask of bourbon. Max, it seems like Carter is going to be okay. They've got the flask of bourbon. What do you want to do? Gene.
Yeah, I was muted. So it looks like Annie's having some problems. So I keep that kid, and I grab a chair, and I hit Eric over the head with it.
Yeah, totally. So that's a fighting.
Yeah. So I will go and roll that. Oh, well,
Oof.
yeah, not so good.
Yeah. So you go to swing this chair, and I think maybe it gets like caught up on something. Like, there's probably some, with all this like ruckus, there probably like some torn screen door or something like that, a little bit in the way, and like it catches a little bit of the screen door, slows you down, and he's able to like duck out of the way. Unless you want to Benny it.
I'll Benny it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna re-roll that. A 4 is, I think a 4 is a hit, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, a 4. It's against his parry because you're trying to hit him.
Okay, right.
And
Sure.
his parry is currently 6. That will not connect unless you.
Okay.
There is something you can do called wild attacking, which makes you easier to hit, but also gives you a +2 to hit and damage. Since we're not familiar with the Savage Worlds, I'll let you retroactively do that if you want.
I am familiar with Savage Worlds.
Oh, okay.
So, but no, I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
I'm just fine missing. Maybe I'll distract him.
Yeah. So it like swings, and I think it gets his attention a little bit.
Well, if he parried it, then he obviously connected, just didn't do anything, right?
Right. Yeah. Like he just like knocked it away with it slowed it down a little bit in the net, and so he like just bats it away with his hand.
Sure.
All right. So that's Max. But he's like looking at you like, how fucking dare you like swing a chair at me? And then Nick, I think you see, because you just grab this thing and you're like prepping your spell, and you get this shot. Like Lorelai commands everyone's attention wherever she is, and so you catch Lorelai in the crowd, and she is like slowly slipping something to Cedric. Like she's passing him something like a stick or something. You're not sure. Unless you want to investigate further, or you can go on with your spell that you were going to cast.
I mean, in retrospect, he actually looks like a pretty tough dude. Mocking him, not such a good idea right now. So I might go see what Lorelai is up to.
Okay, so you're gonna go like check that out. Make a notice check for me. Yeah, so a 4 is enough. It looks like she handed Cedric a stake, like a wooden stake.
What would you even use that for? Not building a fence around here?
Doesn't make any damn sense, right?
Yeah.
So do you do anything?
Oh, I mean, God, what orange spells do I have again? Are any of them cool?
Kurt, how do I remove a Benny?
Oh, you just drag it out of your thing there. So like you click this open and you just
Yeah.
drag it onto the play area.
All right, but then for me, it just kind of hangs around.
It looks like you've got 3 now.
Yeah, but so I dragged one onto the playfield, but what happens to it when it's on the playfield?
We'll just delete it.
Okay. I can't do that, but you can. So.
Oh, it's not letting you delete it?
No.
I don't actually even see it.
Oh, maybe it's just something I see. But I can take
Maybe
it.
refresh.
No, see, I could take it, so it's still there. So I took it, and I'm back to 4. Put it on the play field. It's just hanging around on the play field.
Oh, I see it. Here, I'll delete it. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Okay.
It let
cool.
me delete it, so maybe I'm special.
You are special, but maybe I'm an idiot. How about that?
Maybe it's both. Porque no los dos. Okay, so sorry. Nick is doing what now? I'm sorry.
I might call out to them. Like, what are you doing?
And Cedric's like, he looks at you, like he sees, he's like holding this thing, and he looks a little like he's not unsure of what to do next. And then you call out, "What are you doing?" And you're really cool, right?
Oh, the second coolest.
Yeah. And so he looks right at you and he goes, "I'm saving us all!" And he like barrels towards this vampire with this stake up. And let's see what he does. So he's not good enough with his stake to like damage or to hurt this like he just runs at the vampire, and I think the vampire just like catches him like by the throat. And he's like holding him up right here, and he's like flailing around with the thing. Does that come back around? I think that comes back around, right? To Annie.
So I want to snag the stake from Cedric and just wing it at this guy because I am not so good at stabbing, but I am real good at throwing.
So you want to rip it out of Cedric? Like Cedric's like on a backswing, and you're just gonna yoink.
Like mine, and then foink.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
I mean, which is vicious, but also this is a monster, so
So
murder is
I'm gonna
probably
point-
allowed.
Right. Yeah, it's fine. Why not, right? This is going to be a multi-action because you're going to have to steal the thing and then throw. So in Savage Worlds, when you do multi-action, it's -2 to both actions. So you're going to be at -2 to your throwing.
Sweet. Maybe I'll accidentally throw myself into the pool. So do I need to roll those separately or just?
You don't have to roll to steal it. It's just your actual the throwing is what's going to require a roll. So, but if the other action required a minus, because Cedric's not very strong, so you're able to pluck it pretty easily. Oh gosh, yeah. Even with the -2, you hit. You don't have a raise because, or actually, you didn't put the -2, did you? No. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't get a raise. But this stake is very well suited to this task. And so if you wound him, then it's gonna cause some serious damage. So roll strength plus d6.
Okay. Strength.
Oh geez. Oh, the wild. Okay. Well, actually, you know what? We can just keep that because the wild die is a d6. So we'll keep the 17.
Oh, sure.
So that's a 21 damage. So he's flying, he's holding Cedric up over the pool. He's snarling and like, I've never been treated this poorly in my life. And he's like reaching back like he's gonna claw Cedric's face off, and this thing just like thunk right into the center of his chest, and he like gets pushed back about a foot, and like I've never, and then like falls into the pool, and I think Cedric is like falling down into the pool. What are you guys doing?
I want to save Cedric.
So you run over to grab Cedric?
Yeah. Is there like a Can I give him a slow descent into the pool instead of like a?
You want to like shove him up?
Yeah, I want to softly. Of course, like it's got.
Let's see how well you roll.
Yeah. This would be I'm shoving him, right, which is orange.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is gonna go interestingly.
Let's see what happens. Ooh, do you want a Benny?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I spend that, right?
Yeah, you drag one of your bennies out there.
And then I re-roll. How is I re-roll, or what do I do?
Yeah, you just roll again. Just click the skill again.
Better. Sweet as orange.
Okay, well, at least it's not a critical failure. Do you want to keep that, or you want to go again?
I'll go again. Why not? Yeah. I'm fine either way. I mean, either way, it's gonna be hilarious because I'm gonna either
Oh,
we're gonna
good. Are we gonna keep the 3?
yeah, I'll keep the 3.
Okay, do me a favor and just roll the 2d4. Let's see how far he would have flown.
Oh yeah, sure thing. Which roll should I just slash I2d4?
Yeah.
Oh
Oh,
shit!
good. So Cedric is falling, and you're like, "I got you," and you like, poof, and then Cedric just like shot out of a cannon over up onto the roof. So he's like falling. He's like, and he's like flying up onto the roof and just out of sight. Nobody knows where Cedric just went.
Oh, I meant to catch him in my arms, and that went so wrong.
So what are you doing, Max and Nick? Because we're out of combat, so whatever everybody wants to do.
I'm doing like the fashionable slick back of hair. See if Danny's watching.
Make a persuasion roll,
Oh, nice.
and you're attractive, so you have +2.
Oh, nice. Oops.
That's all right. We get the first one. All right. So you already have +2, I think. Yeah. So that's an 8, which is a raise. So you do this like you like slick your hair back, like, oh yeah, that was awesome. And you like Danny apparently has just been checking you out this whole time, assuming that's what you wanted.
Of course.
Yeah. So Danny was like looking you over, and then realizes like, oh shit, my date. And like goes over to check on like half-heartedly goes over to check on on Annie, and they're like, oh that was so brave of you, good job.
And he just kind of shakes out her throat arm like, yeah, no big deal, someone had to do it. It's a big
And
deal,
I think
accept your praise.
And I think Nancy is like way more impressed, like who comes over and's like, I have never seen you throw that well. Like never. Like never.
I know, right? And I'm gonna go for like 5 or something because yeah, I was awesome. She would appreciate how awesome I was. We're gonna talk baseball. So yes, I mean you could have made the shot, obviously, but I had to go.
I don't know. I mean, you don't know until you're tested, but like I've never had to deal with anything like that. Like what even was that guy?
I don't know, but like I think he was gonna take my face off. So
it's just like crazy. And then I think that's when we hear from the back of the room, back by the bar, like a younger voice screaming, shots, 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 everybody let's do shots. And you look back and Sarah's at the bar and she's like been drinking everyone's shots that no one was paying attention to.
Okay, so I will walk over to the bar and say, just what do you think you're doing?
Shots!
No, I think you're done, young lady. Oh, I sound just like Dad. This is awful.
Gross.
Come
like
here.
you do. Ugh. No wonder they kicked you out of that band.
I grab her by in a headlock and give her a noogie.
No, stop. Ugh. She's trying to like push you off.
All right, you're done. Come on, show's over, guys. Right,
I want to do more shots. Shots! Shots!
All right. So,
I just kind of wave like, I know you. I'm cool.
I roll my eyes and I drag Sarah out through the door into the backyard and say, drinking is really unhealthy for you. And I light up a cigarette.
I love that.
You're gonna sit here until you sober
up. Which way do you drag her? Out the front or out the back?
Out the back, so towards the pool. Imagine.
Okay, so you drag her out to like a like more secluded spot, and then I think we see like we're panning back to go like we watch you guys leave, and then we're panning back to check on the rest of everyone, and Cedric just falls from the roof, like oh. And then we just keep panning, like, yeah, that's not important. And then we cut to, I think we cut to Tyler, like, going over to check on Cedric. And like he walks over like he's gonna go talk to Nancy, and then changes his mind and just goes over to check on Tyler.
Tyler or Carter or
Oh, sorry. Tyler will go check on Carter
yeah.
instead of Nancy, who he originally came here to impress. And he's like, look, bruh, I saw you fall, but like, whoa, I've never had to deal with nothing like that. Look, I wanted to come and check on you, but I was scared, you know? Like just whew.
I totally get it. Like, I get scared too. Like, I just, I got scared, and I'm sorry, it was like really embarrassing. Like, normal people don't faint, but
No, it's fine. Like, I mean, I got, and he, oh man, what's a good, I think he's got like an anxiety disorder, right? Like he's like,
Aw.
he's like, no, I totally get it. Like I got, and he drops, I don't want to pick one and like, that doesn't make
No.
sense. So, but he drops some anxiety disorder that he's got, and he's like, it's why I'm always smoking, you know? Like I feel like I got a mellow, and like it just gets to me, and I don't.
I think Carter like takes his hands and then just like plants the sweetest kiss like on his lips. Like, it's okay.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, he's like stunned for a second, and then like relaxes, and like lets it happen, and then goes like, "Do you want to go upstairs?"
um I won't have my glasses fall off because that's a bit too dorky, but I think he just like pushes like glasses further up the bridge of his nose and like blushes and then like nods quite quietly and like takes Tyler's hand like a bit firmer.
I think your fairy thing is like hitting you in the back, like go, like fucking go.
Yeah, totally. And like we sort of see like Carter like getting like physically nudged by this. Is like, yeah, he'll go upstairs with Tyler.
And then so that's like we see you two leave, and we like Danny and Nick. So Danny's like I don't I that guy was so weird. Like he was being like super creepy with Nancy, and you were just like, no, like you stood up to him. I'm really impressed.
Oh yeah, well, thanks. I mean, you just gotta take a stand, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
totally. I mean, that's the kind. You know what? I think. Okay, look, I didn't want to say this, but like, I think the reason that I won student body president back in high school was because you were always just a little too timid, and I'm really proud of you. Like, I'm so proud to see you take that. Just like be assertive.
oh right, yeah. Man, I'd completely forgotten about that. I mean, this is like what, 13 votes? I mean, who would even remember that after all these years?
Was it that? I thought it was more, but that, it's like, what I'm trying to say is like, I'm really impressed, and I'm so proud of you because it's like you're on my level now, you know?
Oh man, it's I I don't know what to say. I mean, of course I'm cool, but like you're so cool, and it means a lot.
So like, trying to think of, enemy. Is there any romantic tension between Danny and Nick?
Why not?
Okay. Like it's okay if there isn't.
Nah, I dig it.
Okay. She's like, look, we would be like a perfect power couple, right? Like we would just like run this place.
Oh
Right?
my goodness, I've been waiting so long for you to say that. Like, everyone else, they just don't get it. They're like, why do we have to sit out here for 10 minutes and wait if Danny arrives? I mean, it's a party, we just go in, right? but like, ugh, they just aren't cool enough.
Like they're not. They're just not. I've never. Nobody gets it, you know. Like just ugh.
Ugh.
But you're not. You're just like you get it. Look, okay. Here's the thing. Why don't you take me to? She says like some like it's probably like some youth and government thing. She's like, why don't we? We're gonna go together. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I'll make banners.
Awesome. So it's like totally the like relationship of convenience. Like what can we get from each other? I love it. So she's like she ends up just like ducking her arm into your arm, or is it like the hand in the back pocket?
Oh, it's gotta be so showy. So hand in back pocket.
Yeah. And so like you guys end up walking like around like just basically showboating, just like walking around like showing that you're a couple now.
Drop in to give some apologies to Nancy.
Yeah. Yeah, right. She's like, "Look, I know I came with you, but listen, it's or no, yeah, Annie, right? She's got to go say bye to Annie. She's like, "Look, so I know I came with you and everything, but like I think I'm going to leave with Nick. That's cool, right? Like we're cool."
I mean, sure. And I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever, as I'm off to go make a move on Nancy. But yeah,
Didn't you get left at prom?
I totally did by Max. But Max hit a guy with a chair for me, so I mean, we're good now.
Okay. So
And
she's like,
besides,
"Great."
Nick and I can be rivals forever. I mean, I don't really want one of us to win. I'm all about competition there.
Nice.
I mean, you don't stand a chance, but if you want to call me your rival, you do you.
I don't know why I unmuted for that, but yeah.
I want you to feel it. Okay. So I want to check in with everybody. We're gonna do some like metagame bullshit, and I want to ask everybody: is there what else? Like, what do you want to see as like the end of this? How do we want to wrap this? Like, what's your final scene that we want to see?
Oh,
I'll go.
Okay.
I think Max is semi-sobered up Sarah, and it's time to start their next what's the term? Fuck, I should know this. Yeah, set. There you go. Set. And Max and Sarah walk back into the band makeout room, and Janice is gone. She is split. The band's broken up. So Max says, "Okay, well, I guess Sarah can play bass." And Sarah goes up, and she is fucking awesome, but like eye rolling the entire time. So they start playing out the closing credits song as everyone else's scene goes.
Nice. Can it be Sugar High?
Yeah,
I know that's a little 90s.
Nah, it's definitely that.
Okay. All right. So, well, I'm gonna play Sugar High then. I don't know if that's even on.
Why don't you find it on YouTube while we do?
Yeah. You
else's?
drop it in chat, and
Yeah.
everyone can listen to it while we find out what these closing scenes are. So, what is anybody else have any closing scenes?
I think we get a shot of the pool bar or whatever, and there's Annie, like, probably sitting up on a stool or something so you can see her over the crowd. Yeah, like showing off muscle, recounting the stabbing of the vampire guy and everything to a crowd of adoring admirers of various genders and stuff, because, yeah, I mean, it's okay. You can shower her with your adoration.
Yeah. So I think we see like everyone is like retelling the events back to you, and it's better every time. So they're like, oh yeah, did you see like when she like did that and she just like grabbed that thing, threw it up and caught it and like spun around and behind her, like didn't even look. She was just like, whatcha? It's like getting better every time.
Backflip in there or something, and every time they elaborate, I'm just like, yeah, that's exactly how it happened. I mean,
yeah,
definitely.
Somebody drops like some super cool line, like oh man, what's a good killing a vampire line? Do you have a good killing a vampire line?
It'll come to us like 20 minutes after the game is over. So
yeah, we're gonna get text messages and be like, "Oh, I got this." Yeah. So somebody's like dropping this line, and then people like that's like a catchphrase now. Like everyone is just saying that.
I think I have mine if we're ready. Yeah, so I think it's like the parallel shot of like Carter entering the party, right? Like he has taken Tyler like by the hand and is like leading him, as opposed to like when he entered with Tyler like leading him. And there's like Carter is like totally like flushed and like loving it, and like is dragging Tyler upstairs. You probably get that shot of like Carter like pinning him to like the wall space like just before like the bedroom door and like making out with him a bit there, and then like sort of grabbing him by the shirt collar and pulling him into the bedroom.
Hot. So I think we pan past that and we see like Lorelai is at the top of the stairs talking to Cedric, and she is like trying to reassure him that look, it's okay, like you did your best. Like you only have me until midnight, so if there's anything else you want me to do, like now's your chance. And he like looks super sheepish and like looks at like sees you like slam Tyler into the wall and like looks back at her, and she's like, okay, and like they go into a room.
No, he has to break the fourth wall and look at the camera, right?
Yeah, right. It would be over the show, like, or actually, you know what? I'm going to let Nick have that on.
Make me break the fourth wall on it.
What's your closing scene?
Oh, I feel like it's gotta be the ballroom of Nick and Danny doing the same dance Lorelai and Cedric did to the new and improved bassist.
So like you're doing this this like super impressive like 80s sort of half waltz, half like, you know, super showy dance to Sugar High. Oh good, you caught it. You had a link. Yes. Sugar High is the best. And so yeah, so we see that, and I think it's the camera comes in and we see like you guys doing your dance, and everyone like parts like they did for Lorelai and Cedric, and they're all just watching you, and the camera starts to like swing around the room, like doing the thing, and then it like flies by and Sarah and Max are doing their thing, and it like swoops out, and like we start to like pull out back through the rooms and like out the back door and up from the pool, and like we can see Tyler and Carter making out in a window, and it's like pulling back, and this like vampire is crawling out of the pool and just like shaking himself off and like wandering off into the forest, and Sugar High is just playing. All right.
Nice.
Fucking love Sugar High. It's such a good song. All right. So I that's it. That's the end. Thank you. We did it. Woo! Hey, look, it's 5 o'clock. That's what the fucking time was supposed to be. Ha! All right. Do you guys want to do we want to do like some stars and wishes or some shit like that?
I would love it. I would love it
to take us off live.
Yeah, I can take us off live, and we can talk about the game and stuff. So thank you, people who are watching this. I have like 3 subscribers on my YouTube channel, so no one's gonna see this unless they're Gauntlet people. So thank you, Gauntlet people, for watching this game, and this was fun. And if you watched the first one and this one went way better. So Yeah. Oh God, it was. I feel
we'll
like
save it.
sorry, Jason, Loki. Oh shoot, who's up? Voidlight and who's my fourth player? Fuck. I'm very sorry. I forgot who my fourth player was. But sorry, y'all, because the pacing was so much better in this one. I learned a lot from our game, and then I fixed it here. So thank you. Yeah, so we're gonna go off and we're gonna talk about some stuff. And yeah, I can't wait to run this again. Thanks.